Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa Somuayina and you guys know that I have authored and created various tarot and oracle decks. And you guys know me as your big sis from the internet who always tells it like it is in my pick a card predictions. So you guys, what makes this October prediction unlike any other October prediction here on YouTube or on the internet is that my readings contain of two parts which make my videos highly personalizable as well as interactive. So how this works is that you first get to pick from these four groups that I will introduce you to in just a moment's time. And then once you've selected the group of your choice, tuned into it, and received part one of your October prediction, you get to scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click the timestamp of your zodiac sign, and you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video, which is based on your sign. And combining the first part, which is a pick a card reading, as well as the horoscope portion, which is based on your zodiac sign, will create your personal prediction for the month of October. And you guys, before I introduce you to the four groups that I've got prepared for you, I just have a tiny favor to ask from you. If you found this space on YouTube to be insightful, comfortable, as well as healing, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you'll never miss another monthly prediction. And it greatly helps push my videos out into the algorithm and my channel to continue to grow so I can keep providing you with these pick a card readings. It's simple, it's free, it's just one little click, but it truly does mean the world. So now let's get into it, you guys. Group number one corresponds to the Beauty of Horror Tarot deck as well as the Pyrite Crystal. Group number two corresponds to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck as well as the Black Tourmaline. Group number three corresponds to the Tarot in Wonderland deck as well as the Shiva Lingam. And last but not least, group number four corresponds to the Tazama African Tarot deck as well as the Amber. And the timestamps to all of these groups can be found below in the description box as well as pinned to the top of the comment section for quick and easy access from your tablets, your laptops, and your mobile devices. I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy. Feel free to pause the video right here in order to select the perfect group for your October prediction. And then I'll be right back to guide you into your readings. Alright, you guys, by now you've hopefully been able to select one of these four groups. I will be getting into your October predictions, starting off with group one, which corresponds to the Beauty of Horror Tarot deck. So if this is the deck that you chose, then please continue watching. And to all of my other beautiful decks and crystals, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number one, and welcome to the first part of your October prediction. You chose the Beauty of Horror Tarot deck in connectivity to the Pyrite Crystal to help guide you. So this is the Pyrite. It's also known as Fool's Gold, and this is a stone that, as you may have guessed, attracts abundance and luck into your life. So if you need a little more of that, you know why you intuitively have chosen this crystal. As I always like to say to you guys, I'm going to be brutally honest and direct in this pick a card tarot reading and also in your zodiac portion. So take whatever resonates. Take all of the messages that vibe with you. If there's something that doesn't resonate, simply leave that be, put it to the side. Don't force anything, just relax into the space and into your reading so we can channel these divine messages for you about your upcoming month and see what you can do to make it an amazing time. So first up, I intuitively chose the Fool for you, and the Fool actually represents a new beginning and also one where you are following your instinct. That's what the dog stands for. The dog is a symbol of your instinct. The sun shows warmth, prosperity, and this deck is themed in a bit of a dark way, so don't be confused as to why the character looks a little like out of a horror movie. I mean, after all, you did choose the Beauty of Horror Tarot deck, so the figures are kind of a little bit more crazy, a little dark, but overall this represents you going on a journey. You've got a bag, you've got everything that you need. and you are not afraid to kind of step over a cliff or to take a leap of faith, because you know that if you follow your instinct and your intuition, you will land softly, or there may just be ground right beneath, but you'll never find out unless you take the leap of faith. So that is like your motto for the month of October. Take the leap of faith if you want to find out. And just like that meme, the more you F around, the more you'll find out. Okay, you guys? So let me move a little further into your reading, group number 1. Next up, we've got the Four of Wands, which shows that actually following your instinct is creating an amazing time for you where you feel more stability, because rather than putting so much pressure into making the right decision, you're like dancing around here with your 4 wands that you've put up, because it's like a stable foundation to build something new. The number 4 in numerology, for all of you who didn't know, is a number of stability and completion, just like we have the 4 different directions, like north, south, east, west. We've got 4 seasons, right? We've got 4 different elements. It just shows completion, and like every area of your life is going well in every area of your life, both the emotional parts, the parts that have to do with your career, your private life, your love life, your friendships. You're able to start afresh if you desire to. You're able to try new things like we spoke about in the Fool, but just in their own way. They're thriving in October, and you can focus on the positives rather than deal with dramas. Now, speaking of drama, I do see here within the Three of Swords, which is a card that shows that there is some heartache and pain in your heart, and I don't want you to feel as though this is something super negative to show up within your October prediction, especially with the other cards. It's very clear that this has to do with a kind of pain that you can't immediately fix, but is also not personal. Just as we spoke about within the Fool and the Four of Wands, when it comes to your life, your personal things, everything feels complete, but the Three of Wands does show that there are some things going on in and around your life that do make you feel some heartbreak. It could be, for example, not being able to do as much good as you would like, not being able to kind of engage in as many charitable causes as you desire. If you're someone who loves animals and has a huge heart, then, for example, seeing an animal die and not being able to help them, or seeing one like on the side of the road during the month of October, is a huge sign that we have, okay, some sort of canine companion, a dog that you're watching wither away, and it is just overall really hard for you to process. I also picked 2 charms for you, so we've got a bird and a dragon. So I do also see here that dead birds appearing in October is another symbol of pain. It's another thing where you kind of wished you could have helped. Don't be surprised if you find a little baby bird or a bird like flies into your home or your office and it breaks a wing. You try to save it, but you can't, okay? And that is super heartbreaking for you to witness. Birds being brought home by cats, and also just being on the side of the road. But I do want you to know here in the Phoenix that we've got, the dragon or Phoenix, depending on how you would like to see this charm. We do have you being able to recover and kind of say to yourself that after all, you can't help every single living being. And the fact is that as long as you try, that is good karma. Not every single living being is meant to survive every traumatic event. And the fact that you care already shows a great deal of strength that is not to be ignored. Next up, we've got the Star card. In most tarot decks, it is depicted in a way more lighthearted way, but of course the beauty of horror tarot deck depicts it in a way that is like semi-scary. So you guys, you know what you're in for if you pick a deck like that. But I want you to understand here, the Star is a really positive card. It shows that there is hope on the horizon. It shows a very revolutionary type of energy as well. So there is fearlessness for you during the month of October, and you're not afraid to take risks. That's a big one. Also, I want you to know that the zodiac sign that this tarot card connects with is Aquarius. And in case you didn't know, this is a sign that is super innovative, super unique, isn't afraid of anything, and will tell it like it is. So this is the energy you are bringing to the table. And also, you are kind of like giving yourself a lot of opportunity to drink tea and coffee, warm things that make you feel less groggy. Okay, that makes you feel so much more hope. Maybe you thought of giving up tea and coffee for a while, but during the month of October, you're going to be like, nah, I don't want to do that anyways. I'm fine. I'm cool. I just need that in order to push myself and to motivate myself to take some of these risks. And yeah, some of these habits are not always the healthiest ones, but at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, what kind of like little unhealthy habits are worth keeping, at least for the meantime, because when you have a lot going on and you're implementing healthy changes, it makes a lot of sense to just do them gradually and in little bits than immediately give up everything that is unhealthy in your life. I see in the King of Swords that actually what we've got here is you kind of like ending lots of conversations, being the one that was the stronger one in the conversation. Like, as you can see, the sword is kind of dipped in blood, and the King of Swords really is somebody who never comes to play. This is somebody who is logical, intelligent. So in October, when someone tries to get into an argument with you, like, they forget that you could literally be Judge Judy. Like, you have the skills of a super vicious lawyer in an argument where you know that someone is just trying to BS you. You're not going to take that. You're not going to accept that. And the month of October just brings very direct, no BS energy. And a huge part of that is also because you've got things that you want to change in your life, like certain routines and habits, like the caffeine, also drinking too many alcoholic beverages. And anyone who gives you unsolicited advice, you have a peace of mind to offer them that will keep them quiet from there on out. Oh, okay, it's this way around. So next up, we've got Evolve into Your Next Becoming. And I've just switched up decks because, as you guys know, I always use a lot of different decks in the readings to make them more interactive, more fun, and just a lot more like big picture. So we don't always have like similar depictions, and you can see things from a lot of different viewpoints that hopefully resonate with you. So this is the Spring Peeper, which shows here that you're evolving from your tadpole stage into actually this frog stage, if you will. So coming from a place where you were in the water, a little bit more protected, but also less strong, and then you can finally break through into the open, where of course there are more challenges, but at the same time there's also more life for you to live, more to explore. When you're in tadpole mode or in tadpole territory, you only are able to kind of survive in the areas where you're in the water and you can swim around, and that can be like a very small pool of water. Whereas when you've evolved into this frog creature, you are still sensitive. Frogs and amphibians are super sensitive to temperature. They are, in a way, delicate beings, but you can explore so much more. And you are very, very like flexible as a being. And that's one thing that I can see here for the month of October. There's evolution, there's flexibility, there is sensitivity. So try to steer clear of people who are emotionally insensitive, because those will only harm you in a stage where you're making some crucial adjustments to your next successes. Yes, disconnect. This card from my Wild Muse Oracle deck resonates so deeply for group 1 for October, because deactivating, for example, your Instagram account and Facebook account, just overall being more disconnected from the internet is what you are meant to do as like a digital detox. Also, if you're somebody who likes to play video games or watch some series, like on end, okay? So kind of like watching a whole show that's like 2 seasons in just a weekend. Try to disconnect a little, read more, go out into the nature if you can, and remind yourself it's just about getting used to it. Like, for example, I don't own a TV. I haven't had one in years. And for me, that has really helped when I have a free moment. Rather than sitting down and watching TV, I'm actually like cleaning up, or I'm cooking, or I'm like preparing something for the next day. I'm using my tarot cards. I'm talking to you guys on Instagram. I'm streaming on Twitch. I mean, whatever it is, but rather than spending those hours just mindlessly watching TV, I've disconnected, and I've made it a lot harder to do so. Of course, you can still watch things on your laptop or on your phone, but it's just a little less tempting when you disconnect things or even deactivate. Also, dating apps, okay? Disconnect for a little bit and remind yourself that you don't need anybody, especially when you're feeling like lonely, you want to chat with someone, you want to go on a date. Try to just disconnect for a little bit, because that will give you the best case scenario. For the month of October, we also have master number 33. So if you continuously see the number 3 show up during the month of October, group number 1, you know why. The best case scenario shows us here that this upcoming month is actually going to deliver a lot of results that are best case for you. So for example, at your work, getting some amazing feedback for a project that you completed, being able to take on like the next steps in your studies successfully because you've passed an important exam. And here within the Eastern oyster, I can see here that you're also like dealing with a lot of dirt. So you're dealing with things like accounting, with tax papers, you're dealing with difficult family members, and not to say that they are dirt, group number 1, that's not what I mean whatsoever, but what this card just represents is dealing with things that you otherwise would avoid and that are kind of difficult or challenging for you. I mean, we've all got those things in our lives, whether it's making phone calls that are challenging. Like, one thing, phone calls for doctor's appointments. These are uncomfortable, especially like dentist, blood work, because you already know you're going to have to go in and do something uncomfortable, but you're dealing with it, okay? And also figuring out all of your paperwork, sorting bills, things like that. I see here in the Eastern oyster that you're not opposed to completing tasks, which means that you will be able to move into the end of the year feeling cleansed, feeling lighthearted, and not having this feeling of heaviness that you still have a huge to-do list ahead of you. Next up, we have the Tower. Now, the Tower shows something is falling apart. And as I always say, I hope that you can appreciate my honesty, because I'm not the kind of tarot reader who will just tell you what you want to hear. I am the one who's going to tell you what's actually going on. So the Tower shows that something is falling apart, and in order to bring it back, you will have to rebuild it from the ground up. So the Tower definitely shows that there is some sudden change that's happening, a huge revelation, a huge aha moment during the month of October. And in Temperance, this has to do with unhealthy habits. We already briefly spoke about those and how you're doing it slowly rather than trying to creep into it very quickly. But the thing here with Temperance and the Tower is that one step at a time is maybe not always going to work for every habit. It may work for something like drinking teas, caffeine, and just overall a few unhealthy fried foods, very fatty foods. But I do see here with Temperance and the Tower that you will get this message. Maybe you'll even do the blood test where you figure out, okay, I really need to start taking these vitamin B12 pills. I really need to start getting these iron injections or taking these iron pills, these vitamin D supplements, like not playing around anymore, because you're actually figuring out that you're just harming your future self when you don't take these things seriously. These areas of your health, you have to pour into them. And also just keeping in mind that you will thank yourself when you're older for the fact that you took great care of yourself at a younger age, and you will be the one who's like laughing, who's doing well. Meanwhile, maybe some of your peers who didn't care to take all of these signs seriously, like chronic fatigue, chronically feeling down, depressed, or anxious, you're actually trying to do something about it. You're actually telling yourself here in the tower that you're done with your own BS. You're going to start meditating now. You're going to start taking exceptional care of your body. And it doesn't matter come like rain, bad weather, whatever, you're going to do it. You're going to go out there and also take walks in the nature. Oneness shows that you don't want to be separate anymore from the highest version of yourself. You no longer want to be separated from the version of yourself that you look up to, that you wish to become, that you're super proud of if you think of that version of yourself that you always dreamed of. So right now, group number one, if you picture who you wanted to be as a kid, or who you would be super proud to be, a version of you that is so upgraded, that is so advanced. And now picture how the gap between who you are right now and that person, that it's closing, okay? That it's almost like you're building a bridge so you can easily walk over to that scenario. That's what we've got here in the tower, rather than seeing it as being almost on like two different continents, on two sides of the country. You are actually building like a direct route, a very close route to that version of yourself, so you can stay in it and live in it and not constantly be on your way to it, but actually achieve it. And next up, we have the sacral portal for you. The sacral portal shows us a growth in creativity and intimacy, and also some sort of inhibition. I want you to understand here that creativity and intimacy can go hand in hand when you're trying out new things sensually that you just haven't done before. So it is creative, it's open-minded, it's sensual. The month of October brings opportunity to be intimate with another person in a creative, fun way that you've never been before. And that really makes for like strong relationships, romantic ones, because you are letting go of some shame that you've had in the past, or that you were trained to have. And rather than that, you're really focusing on enjoying yourself and on the intimacy itself. You're not performing, especially if you identify as female. You may have in the past really focused on your performance when you're intimate with someone, like making the right sounds, arching your back a certain way, like throwing your hair back, having a certain kind of look and smile and taste and scent to you. And then actually you're realizing this is all you performing. Like the other person doesn't have to put in the same effort. They don't have to try so hard. And when you realize that, when you disconnect from the performative action of trying to make yourself as seductive as possible in a romantic relationship, you actually start to enjoy the intimacy and feel more of it, because you're not in a way acting or pretending to be someone else. And I know you've done this, because we all have, especially if you identify as female, as a straight female, and you've been doing things for the male gaze. The performing is severe, okay? And it is so indoctrinated into our heads from an early age, also from things like adult content, that it is so liberating and freeing when we get to a point where we realize we don't need to do all of these things. And what we have seen to be attractive is actually simply just created for the other person to enjoy. And we've got to be a little selfish. Like, where's our enjoyment? Where is us feeling excited, right? So being a little bit more selfish, a little bit more you-centric when it comes to pleasure is what we've got going on here in October. So group one, this is the reading I received for you for the first part. Leave a little frog emoji below if you enjoyed it and you made it all the way to the end. And then, of course, don't forget to now scroll back into the description box or to the top of the comment section. Click your timestamp and you'll be fast forwarded to your Zodiac zodiac signs portion of the prediction. So click your zodiac signs timestamp in order to receive part 2, which is the official horoscope portion for your October prediction. So I'll catch you over there. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to the first part of your October 2023 predictions and horoscopes. So for part 1, you chose the Shamanic Medicine Oracle deck as well as the Black Tourmaline crystal. Allow me to introduce you to the crystal of your choice. So this is the Black Tourmaline. In case you didn't know, this is a super protective stone that keeps negative people and energies away from you, and also negative situations. So bad health and bad luck is kept at bay and is absorbed from this crystal. So if this is precisely what you're going for October, this is the perfect stone for you. So right off the bat, I would just like to make it very clear that I am a very honest and direct reader. I will read all the details for you. And if anything doesn't resonate, that's fine. Take what does. Focus on the messages that give you insight, that resonate, and that can help you for your upcoming month. So let's see what we've got for you. First up, we've got the Great Mystery. I can see that the month of October really will ask a lot of trust from you, because certain situations will look like they are red flags or like they aren't going to go in your favor, but you're going to have to bet on yourself, group number 2. So that means, for example, if chances are slim that a job is going to work out for you, or chances are slim that a relationship is going to end up turning positive and turning out amazing for you, take a chance on yourself. Also for your dreams that you have. Maybe you've always wanted to have your own business or be an independent artist. It is like a huge mystery, and you have to trust in yourself and trust in your situation and give it that 100% okay, I'll go for it, in order to ever find out where it could lead you. Just like your favorite artists, for example, musicians, they had to bet on themselves. They had to trust that they could do it. As the lion represents strength, they had to have the inner strength to say to themselves, is what I meant to say, that, you know, I can accomplish this, I can do this, I'm worthy of it. So seeing a butterfly as well as lion emojis and symbols during the month of October will be your continuous reminders to trust in yourself, even if outcomes aren't clear at that given moment. I see here within the lodge that, you know, we have a depiction of a home. There is smoke coming out, so there is someone at home. There is time being spent sitting together in like a tea ceremony, having dinners, lunches, brunches with close friends and family in your lodge, which means in your home or in your apartment, and having this like council meeting, speaking to them about what is going on in your life will be truly healing and will also enforce that trust in yourself and that self-belief. But one little task for you to focus on, group number 2, is to make sure that you don't invite any negative people to your council parties, that you don't invite anyone who is a naysayer or who is a frenemy into your space where you will be talking about dreams and insecurities, and you will be talking about ways to take steps forward, because you don't need that in and around your space, especially during the month of October, where what you truly have to focus on is self-belief. Next up, we've got the medicine bag. Now, the medicine bag shows us that some sort of treasure is going to be given to you during the month of October, some sort of gift that you probably did not expect. And it shows here that this is a treasure that is coming from the heart. Okay, we've got a lot of passionate red colors, and the treasure in old days, treasures such as bones and shells used to be super valuable. So don't be surprised if you get some sort of money gift during the month of October, a piece of jewelry, something very sparkly, something small but valuable. And in connectivity to the rest of your cards, I also see here that you will have to be strong, because there will be a couple days where you just feel like being at home, being in your lodge, not really moving or doing anything, but someone will come and bring you some medicine in the form of either real medicine, or think to yourself, a friend, a parent, your sister or brother bringing you like some food, something that makes you feel like you can just chill, relax. You don't need to cook. You don't need to take care of any of that. If you literally are the kind of person who doesn't have anyone at this point in time to care for you and to bring you food when you're feeling a little down, because either it's that time of the month and you have cramps, or you're going through a phase of headaches, or like a light flu kind of situation, then understand here that ordering Uber Eats, ordering like takeout, so you don't have to put so much effort yourself, that's your medicine bag. It will feel like a treasure. It will feel so healing, so relaxing, and like exactly what you needed, so you don't have to stress out over these things. And it's really like a luxury to be able to order food in, or just get a takeout and enjoy it at home in peace, under covers, under a blanket, watching your favorite shows, and just not worrying about anything but building up your strength. Next up, we've got the Four of Cups. Now, October will definitely bring a lot of moments where you're kind of meditating and spending time by yourself. If you're an introvert, then this is nothing new. This is actually a really great sign for you. And by the way, this is the Group 1's deck. It's called the Beauty of Horror Tarot deck. So obviously it looks a little bit like out of a horror movie, but don't allow that to kind of like make you feel unsure about the cards' meanings. The cards' meanings stay the same. This is just how this deck interpreted it. So it's definitely like you contemplating a lot, you spending time doing the things that you want, even if that is doing nothing. Even better, because I feel like in this day and age and in this society, we don't often get the opportunity and the chance to just do nothing, be in our own company, and enjoy that, and enjoy takeout, most importantly. Next up, we've got the Ten of Cups, which, yes, it has skeletons in it, but you can see that the message of this card is fulfillment. It's togetherness. It's like dancing together, vibing together, fulfilling relationships. Geez, you guys, I can't speak today. Fulfilling relationships and a happy home life. So group number 2, I want you to know that connecting that here to the lodge just shows that you're only inviting good energy into your home in October. That's really important to you, especially if you feel like you have lived with someone, or you have like invited someone into your most sacred inner circle, and then they kind of misused that trust and they made you regret it because they either disrespected you, they did you dirty, they did you wrong. So you're not doing that anymore, and October makes you feel super fulfilled and happy that you're no longer putting yourself in that situation and kind of putting your mental health on the line for people who don't appreciate it anyways. And instead, you are with people who adore you, who are also not afraid to invest in you. As you can see here, within this individual holding like some cash in their hands, and who just isn't also afraid to hold you tightly and kind of fight for you, okay? Kind of like try to get your attention and your interest and build something with you because they feel so lucky. That's what the 10 represents, like luck and completion. They feel so lucky to have you in their lives, and they are not afraid to go public with you. So that is what I can see here when it comes especially to like romantic relationships and building on those. Next, we've got 2 cards for you. For one, we have the Tower, and then we have the Page of Wands. Group number 2, I'm just going to be honest and straightforward with you. If this message resonates, do take it seriously. If it doesn't, then this particular part of the reading just wasn't for you. The Page of Wands represents someone who is fire sign heavy. That means Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They have really young, immature energy. As you can see, they are not happy. They're kind of like looking over to you like, why do you have what I want? They are kind of like disheveled. They're not in good shape. And they're argumentative. And the Tower shows that, as you can see, there's falling, there is an explosion, there's a fire in the tower, something that's burning and falling apart. So this relationship, this connection is going to fall apart during the month of October because of jealousy, because there is just, this person is just not ready to build and to upkeep a connection that is mutually respectful. And that's why we also have this reiteration of the Ten of Cups in your reading, of a relationship that is healthy, that is with somebody who wants to respect you, and that is with somebody who truly like adores you. So then the Page of Wands, it just makes you realize that you never should have even put up with this kind of energy. You never should have even put up with this kind of individual who doesn't even know what they've got in you, the loyalty, the care, the honesty. And the thing here is that, yeah, it's falling apart, but you are unbothered during the month of October because you know that what's meant to be will not only find you, but will stay with you. Dreamscape shows us here that you're doing some dream work subconsciously. So because you are working through things so well that are happening during the day, at nighttime you will find that your dreams are actually positive. If you are someone who experiences nightmares, those will subside more and more. One thing to prep you for already is that you will see a black cat in your dream. You will see some sort of bird, like a falcon kind of, and also something when it comes to transformation, either you in the form of a butterfly or you kind of veiled in some sort of like foggy mist, but it actually being a very positive, transformative dream that shows a version of you that you've always wanted to be. So these dreams are kind of like projections of your future, and these dreams are turning from worries, from even nightmares, into you figuring out precisely where you're going to be. So it's like a forecast, really. Now, the Ice Queen shows us that you have only icy energy left for anyone who is just not on the same page about uplifting one another, and you have gone through a lot of introspection. Like, you really figure out who is the culprit, who is the one who is the troublemaker, who is the person that always starts the arguments. And when you realize like it is actually this family member or friend, because that's what we really have here in the Page of Wands, who never emotionally grew past the age of 12, you're understanding literally there's no point in arguing with them. Simply ice them out emotionally, at least, so they can no longer harm you. Because it's like every time you trust again, every time you give another opportunity, they always backstab you, and you have to create distance and protect yourself. You can not be someone's punching bag whenever they feel like it, or whenever you are of no use to them any longer. So that kind of connection is ending, okay? The friendships, the frenemy is being banished out of your life. Now, next up in the Guardians, the thing is that people don't understand you are so divinely protected. Like, when you think back, the people who crossed you and did you really dirty, their life never turned out all that great, and they watched you move higher up. They watched you grow. They watched you succeed. They watched you get that job. They watched you pass that test. They watched you move into that amazing apartment in that amazing postcode. They watched you do better in love than they ever were able to even fathom was possible. Like, the Guardian shows that you don't have to go out of your way to punish someone. You don't have to go out of your way to do the same that they did to you, because it already is the type of karma they created for themselves. And honestly, anyone who has ever crossed you, it has always come back to haunt them. They never leveled up. Karma always got them. They were always punished in the end. You could always see how they did worse in the end than you, even when they left you with a quote-unquote like broken leg, okay? Even when they left you harmed with a broken heart and maybe in debt even, you recovered, and they continued to sink and never really made much of themselves. The magical realms shows here that the thing is with you during the month of October that when you connect the dots about who you've been, what you've endured, and also the people who have crossed you and where they stand in life right now, it gives you a lot of confidence moving forward that all you need is a good intent, a pure heart, and the rest will be done and taken care for you. You literally don't need to roll in the mud around with like dogs, with people who don't know how to behave, with people who have ill intent or are always in competition with their friends and family. It's not necessary for you. It will be taken care of. You focus on the positives. You focus also on taking care of yourself, because there is a moment during the month of October where you're not feeling 100% yourself. And that's when you have to retreat to your lodge, just be around and trusted loved ones and take time to recover. But that's such a healing thing to do, even just thinking about it right now. Spending a few days just at home doing nothing, taking time off from work and school to just do you and take care of you. How therapeutic and healing, and how fortunate we are to experience this during the month of October. Because not to minimize your struggles, but there are people who literally never get a day off because they are either, contractually obliged to do so, or if they don't work, they literally will not eat. You know what I mean? So group number 2, leave a lion emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received this reading, that you found it insightful, and you made it to the end, because that's the only way anyone would know that you chose group 2. And then, of course, now is the time to scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section and then click your zodiac signs timestamp, and you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video, which is based on your zodiac sign. So that is going to be the horoscope portion of your October prediction, which goes together with this first pick a card part. So make sure you don't miss out on combining these two parts in order to create your own personal reading. Now, group 2, thank you for being here, and I'll catch you at the click of your next timestamp. Hello, all my beautiful unicorns of group number 3. Welcome to the first part of your October prediction and horoscope. Now, you chose the Tarot in Wonderland deck as well as the Shiva Lingam crystal. Now, this stone is for anyone who needs a little bit more va-va voom kind of energy in their life. So if you've been feeling a little bored with your daily or monthly routine, definitely know that this is a stone that encourages the energies in your life of bringing some fresh wind into the mix. But now let's move into the first part of your reading before we talk all things your zodiac sign, which you get to tune into after this part. And just as a little disclaimer, you guys, I am always extremely to the point, honest, straightforward. I don't beat around the bush, and I recommend that you take the messages that resonate, and if some messages don't resonate with you, then that's completely fine. No hard feelings, but I will go deep into the details of the month of October for you. So first up, we've got the 9 of Wands in reverse. So if this card were to be upright, you would have a lot of competition and difficult, challenging things coming towards you, and it's almost like it's you and an army, okay? And it's you and an army of just sticks, like yourself, basically, and you having to put in a lot of work, protect and defend yourself. But because this card showed up in reverse, group number 3, it is actually symbolic of the fact that you're finally being let off the hook during the month of October, and things can flow again. You no longer feel like you have to constantly protect yourself. You no longer feel like you constantly are like at the mercy of other people's will or of the market, so to say. And I want you to know here within the 9 of Wands in reverse that this is also symbolic of the fact that you can relax again. Okay, you don't have as much stress and things filling you with anxiety as you have had in the past. And it's finally time for you to move on to the next chapter of your life. You've gone through some struggles, some hardships, some difficulties, and now it's time for you to win again in the month of October. Next up, we've got the Three of Wands, but the Three of Wands, it did actually show up in reverse. I'm going to show it to you upright because it's just a different depiction when you see it upright. It's like the ship has sailed. But this card showing up in reverse is actually has a reverse meaning. So the ship is docking, okay? The opportunities are coming to you. So as the challenges are leaving and the difficulties and feeling like you have to protect yourself from attacks from other people, verbal attacks, and attacks that are just strategically placed in order to kind of have you crack, you are actually finally receiving some opportunities that are in your favor again. And you don't feel as though you're so behind anymore. That's what I see here with the rabbit looking into its watch. So with the rabbit looking into the clock, if you are familiar with the Alice in Wonderland story, you know he was in a rush. He was out of time. He had absolutely none of those resources left. But because this card is showing up in reverse, rather than looking at the clock and feeling as though time is running out, you feel as though the best time has just started for you. So group number 3, it's as though you are having this symbolic pop-up here within your reading that the best time of your life hasn't even happened yet. You haven't even met some of the people in your life who will be the most supportive, who you will also love the most. You still have everything ahead of you, and it is time for you to finally be like, okay, you know what? I've got this, and I've got time, and I'm not behind. I may be this age, and some people at my age may seem to be further down the line, but I don't know where they started. I don't know where they're going. They may slow down. I may catch up. I may overtake them. I may do 10 times more in the time that I was given in this physical body. And I do see here within the Judgment card that rather than looking to blame yourself, you are realizing, you know what? Everybody has their own timing, and timing is truly an important aspect of everyone's life. And you are able in October to master the aspect of allowing things to unfold as they should in your own divine timing. Like, for example, finding the love of your life. It will unfold the way it should for you in particular. Some people are meant to find it sooner. Some people are meant to think they're with the love of their lives, but then actually it changes, right? They separate, they get divorced, they have kids, and they're no longer with the person with whom they actually had those kids with. So don't feel as though just because others are linking up and doing all of these big romantic events at an earlier point, that is no indication as to how long it will last, and it also is no indication as to whether or not you will find your romantic situation play out the way it should in due course. Okay, it could be right around the corner, and a lot of things that we wait for are the things that are the most worthy. The Page of Swords shows us here that we have a lot of like very innocent energy. I do see here with the Page of Swords and the Judgment card that during the month of October, you are the kind of person I see in the Page of Swords that doesn't really judge other people by their appearances. You really live by not judging a book by its cover. So it's always very hard for you when someone else judges you by your cover because you don't understand it, because it's not something that you do, group number 3. So one thing that I see here is some info being revealed about someone who judged you really early on, and they were wrong about their judgment, but they're telling you this in October, how when they first met you, they thought that you would maybe not be very nice, or they thought you would just be completely different. And they are revealing this information to you, and possibly also that they felt like you had like a resting bee face or something, and it just overall made them feel like you were not as welcoming as you actually are as a person. Next up, we've got the High Priestess for you. So the High Priestess is a card that, as you can see, shows reflection, and it does also represent not taking too much action. So actually in October, rather than just like doing, go-getting, being in your masculine energy, I see here in the High Priestess that really what you are being called to do is to just kind of not take too quick and impulsive actions and be very aware of why you feel and think certain ways. It's like a self-discovery month, so more journaling will benefit you extremely well. And also, there is just this month of realizing your potential. And for that, you have to sometimes take a step back from work and of overworking yourself, overdoing things, and just kind of like look at who you are and where you're going, who you're becoming. And also, do you really need to do this? Like, for example, if you are the kind of person who is overwhelmed by emails, who is overwhelmed by messages that they just haven't gotten back to you yet, there are a ton of like people who will be your personal assistant, like online assistant all across the globe for like, for example, $100 per month, and they will take off so much from your plate and help you make so much more bank that it will be worth that, but like 10 times over. The thing is, like, you just have to stop and realize that, and then invest your time in finding the right person who will make your life easier when it comes to that aspect. So here in the High Priestess, I can see you making those types of changes. Also, for example, any of you who have jobs that are pretty good, or who have just like a little bit of extra money, and for example your home is kind of really messy often, it may just be worth investing in someone coming once a week to help you clean, and you will feel way better, you'll be way more productive, and kind of being more frugal in other areas of your life, but then splurging where it really makes a difference for you mentally. That's what I see will truly serve you. Now, this is the beauty of Horror Tarot deck. Please don't be shocked by its depictions. I know it's like a little, well, its name says it all, right? The beauty of Horror Tarot deck. So don't take it too personally in group number 3. So this Two of Swords card actually depicts how you are going a little crazy with the inaction, okay? You like to take action, you like to do things, you don't like to wait around. When you have an idea, you want to just go for it. So here, contrary to how easy it seems with the High Priestess to just like plan rather than keep going and being like in your hamster wheel, it's kind of hard to just stop and regain the ground underneath your feet, and also make a battle plan for the future. Like, make a plan of how you're going to maneuver things and handle things moving forward. But the Ace of Swords shows that sooner rather than later you will have some great insights and ideas, just as the ones that I presented you with, where you are actually kind of like saving on a lot of time and effort and a lot of overthinking if you just like invest in the right areas of your life. I do want to see here in the Ace of Swords when this turning point is coming during the month of October for you. Okay, so fairly early on. So from the 4th of October, just overall, you're going to be thinking really differently. So you're probably even seeing this video past the 4th, but I just want you to know here that the turning point in October is the 4th, where all of the vibes are kind of like shifting, and you will find that this month just feels a little different than September, August, and July did. So let's move further into it. Okay, so the 6 of Cups shows here that someone with very kind of like masculine energy is going to be gifting you something during the month of October. Of course, we have flowers depicted here. We've got a white picket fence, a nice home there. So don't be surprised if you go out on a date and flowers are brought to you, or the person sends you flowers afterwards. All right, so that's the kind of vibe that we've got here. But I also do want to add some charms into the mix. This is my little charm bag from my brand Bow Life, of course. So let's see what we can get from some of our charms, shall we? Okay, so I intuitively picked some charms for you. Cool, so we've got an electric guitar, we've got this little paper plane, and we've got a wrench. So I want you to know here that you will be fixing something before a trip, okay? Before either a trip that you're taking with a plane, or because we do have the paper plane, it could be like the budget version, right? A trip that you're doing by car, by bus, or by train. I mean, it's not always the budget version, but you know, the less like hasty version of going to the airport and things like that. And I do see great music playing as well. Probably something with like a guitar that has the main kind of vibe that it brings to the music. So it could be something older, like rock band kind of music, but also there are some newer artists like The Weeknd, for example. If you listen into some songs, the guitar is actually a huge focal point if you listen to what is actually playing in the music. So we definitely have a lot going on here, and also potentially traveling with this person who's gifting you these flowers, going on a little trip, and just overall being in a space where music makes the month of October a lot more memorable for you. Now, the Hermit does show me that you won't be going out very much for social occasions. So the month of October is more of an introvert month. It is a month of kind of having a lot of aha moments, a lot of like deep insights in private that you are not sharing. It could also have to do with some experiences that are like psychic experiences, okay, that you just don't feel like you can tell anyone. I will pull another charm out for you. Okay, we've got the bird. So experiencing freedom in these moments of just being by yourself. Okay, you often feel a little entrapped, a little encroached when other people are around you. So having just the freedom to be yourself, to do whatever you want, like to cook what you want, to eat it how you want, to wear the clothes you desire, and to look as unpresentable as you feel like, and not have any pressure. I see that that is like the best part of October for you, and that is where you can really thrive when it comes to your healing journey and your self-care. Now, the Ace of Pentacles does show me that during the month of October, from all of this kind of healing, a little bit more laid back energy, you will find that what comes towards you is a new idea for a business, for something that you can do professionally. Now, it is definitely an idea that I can see that has to do with improving your well-being. So doing something that you would really love and really feel very, how should I say? You would just feel very passionate about. Oh, okay, we've got two affirmations that popped out. I didn't even need to shuffle. The first one is, I believe that my life is limitless. And if you have put limitations on your life in the past, or what you can achieve, meaning where you're able to live, what your home would look like, what your day-to-day life would look like, what the items in your closet would be like your shoes, your clothes, your bags, what kind of jewelry you would wear. I want you to know here that what you are looking to achieve with this fresh new idea is not only to believe that your life is limitless, but to finally also be able to live this limitless life. Even if you start off with a business that is first just a side hustle or a little idea. And next, we've got your affirmation of, I am accepting of my flaws. You understand completely that you've got imperfections, and that there are some things that you will have to learn along the way if you want for this new business idea to truly work out for you. But the thing here is that the sooner you accept your flaws and the things you will have to face, the faster you will actually get to a spot where you have accumulated the success that you desire in order for your life to really feel limitless and to live in a way that you can experience everything that this human life has to offer. So group number 3, this is the first part of your reading that I've received for you so far. It will be a lot more insightful once you scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section and you click your zodiac signs timestamp. Then you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate and detailed part of your October prediction. So if you made it up until here, leave a little rabbit emoji below to let me and others know. And then moving forward, I will catch you at the click of your zodiac signs timestamp. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to the first part of your October predictions and horoscopes. Now, you chose the Tazima African Tarot deck as well as the Amber to help guide you. This is actually not a mineral. This is a piece of fossilized tree resin, even though Amber is often sold in crystal shops as well. And it has had various uses throughout the history, and it has a lot of these properties such as fending off insects and just unwanted little creepy crawlies on, for example, pets. It is a very protective and healing stone to wear in the form of jewelry, and all around it's a very, very special substance. So I want to get into your reading, and right off the bat I just want to say, like, these readings are meant to be very honest, direct, and detailed. Please, if there is any message that you feel does not resonate with you, just leave it where it is. Take what does resonate, take what does fit you, and if you want something more tailored in a smaller audience, then feel free to check out my Patreon. It's linked below in the description box, and I've got lots of content on there as well where I read for a smaller audience, but trust me, these YouTube predictions are eerily accurate as well. You'll see in just a second. So let's get into your October. First up, we've got the Magician. Group number 4, it's like you are doing it all, okay? You are living as healthily as you can, you're eating healthy things, you're working out, you're taking care of yourself, you put on face masks. Then you study either for school or for self-development. You work your butt off, your tush off every single day. You are trying to be poised, kind, put together to have a beautiful, clean aesthetic. You make sure that you look presentable both in your face, it could be with, without makeup, making sure your hair looks good, your skin is taken care of, you wear SPF. The Magician just shows like all around you're doing it all the time. And I see here that during the month of October, you will continue to find tools and ways in which you can do it all, and it looks so easy. Even though it's not, it's hard, but to everybody around you, it looks like you're doing it so easily, and you are an inspiration that shows others that they can do and have it all. And the tools that you're finding to make things easier is just planning tools. Also, I do see some cleaning tools coming your way to make cleaning and keeping your space tidy easier, as well as some amazing balm skincare products that are going to make the texture of your skin more of how you would like it to be. It could be clearer, less bumpy, just overall an improvement for your specific needs. Next up here, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. So while you are continuing to be that version of yourself that does it all to the best of their abilities, the 8 of Pentacles shows here that you're also booked and busy, and you're stacking those coins, as you can see here. So this is positive when you've got the balance of also taking care of yourself. If you feel like you're just working all the time, that's when it's important to grab even just 1 or 2 hours in that day, put on a face mask, read a book, give yourself some time to come back to a place of feeling like, okay, I've got this, and now I've cared for myself, so now I can get back to work. Because the 8 of Pentacles can definitely also show that you're just kind of kneeling down at the work desk, wishing that you had a little bit more time for other things too. So there is definitely this kind of like tug of war of you doing everything and having time for yourself, and also wanting to excel at work because you are trying to work hard now and be able to chill a bit more later in life. You've got that delayed gratification streak in you, okay? The star shows that you are definitely not the kind of person who will just overlook long-term gratification for short-term kind of gains and wins and short-term feelings of just ecstasy. Okay, so the star definitely also shows here that as a kid you are already like that. You are already very responsible. Now group 4, that could have the background that you didn't really have an opportunity to ever be as childish as you wanted to be, because if from an early age you were, for example, bullied or put in situations where you had to be the adult you were parentified, and you even, like your parents were maybe even infantilized to the point where you had to listen to like their relationship dramas and their work problems, their financial problems, which as a kid, all you hear is that that is also your problem, or that you even helped create it, or that now you have to worry for your life, basically. This can have the effect of being mature at an early age. Actually, you're just a kid that's been pushed into survival mode, but sure, let's call it mature. And I definitely just want you to know here that the month of October will benefit from the fact that you have learned to deal with a lot already at an early age. So what would make others crumble for you is just like, I've done this. Like, this is like a 1 mile race, whereas I ran multiple marathons. That's how it is for you during the month of October. And the thing here is that this is what balance looks like for you. I know it is challenging to accept that you went through such hardship and such tough times just for your justice to be the fact that now later in life you've got more opportunities and more stamina than others. But the thing is, like, hard times really do create good disciplined individuals. And yes, you went through some hard-ish earlier, but now that puts you ahead of the curve. And that's why you have this vibe of being able to do everything, to accomplish everything, and being fearless, being more confident than a lot of your peers or the people you grew up with. And this is where like the balance struck. Okay, you suffered at an earlier point, now you're winning, and you're trying to do the same with your money. You're trying to suffer now and then at a later point be able to lean back more. Next up, we've got the Temperance card, but it actually did show up in reverse. Now the reverse meaning of this is a message that you can have a little bit more fun. Group number 4. Let me just say it really directly. You are the kind of person who is very disciplined in a lot of aspects of their life. Maybe you have been very disciplined, especially when it comes to going out, consuming alcohol, reckless spending, things like that. And October is the month where you will be gifting yourself something that you wanted for a long time. So it could definitely be something like a luxury item. It could be a thing like a little getaway, a vacation. I just see here that for the month of October, it is finally time to stop being so hard on yourself. Stop judging. Okay, justice is all about the balance. You work hard, you play hard. It's not just all about work, work, work. So I definitely want you to know here that in October, it is time for you to also enjoy the fruit of your labor. Not just finding ways to enjoy the labor, because that is not sustainable. Okay, and you want to make sure that you don't burn out. Here, the Ace of Pentacles shows you a new, fresh beginning when it comes to your career or your studies. Okay, the ace always represents a new beginning. October shows a new cycle, a new opportunity for a fresh project, a new opportunity when it comes to your career. And taking that opportunity, seizing it, will be possible in October, as long, of course, as you take care of yourself. So the thing is here that creating a perfect balance will allow you to get way ahead of everybody around you financially, but also professionally. I want you to know here that the reason for this is that you are the kind of individual who will stop at nothing. You are not a giver-upper. And the Ace of Pentacles shows here that when a fresh opportunity comes, you are on ready because you're always busy. You are entrusted with this opportunity, with this business opportunity and promotion, and also an opportunity to further your education. So being the person who gets into the amazing college, being the person who gets the promotion at the workplace, it does not come from always having a lot of time off or not working too much. It actually comes from working a lot, being organized, and people seeing that you're capable of taking on a lot of responsibilities. Now, just as a little disclaimer, this is the beauty of horror tarot deck, so it may look a little bit, as its name states, a little horror-y, horror-like. So the Three of Pentacles shows us here that you've got some people who want to build with you, who want to create with you. They are a lot less scary and a lot more alive than these two little bros that we've got down here. But I just want you to know here that when a new opportunity strikes in the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles shows that it is important to delegate, delegate, delegate. All right, have people on your team who can take over some tasks. And I do see you working together with other people who want to accomplish the same thing, who have the same end goal in mind when it comes to this new undertaking in your career path. Okay, so everybody wants success. The thing here with the Five of Pentacles is greediness. Pick people very carefully, because trust me, there are some people out here, some monsters who want to pretend like they will share the cake, but when it actually comes down to it and it's been baked and you're ready to cut it into different pieces, they want it all and they are not afraid to drown you. So the thing here, the message is to make sure that you have contracts is what I meant to say, lined up for everything, even if it seems like something small or something that isn't so important. I mean, and hell, I mean, even super important things, because I literally just read this book by a musician, and this musician had created an album, put it out, and worked with a producer who invested a little bit of money into their work, but they never signed any contract with the producer. And what the producer actually did, which was so shady, they made the artist believe that they are on their side by investing a little bit of money into helping them record things and make a music video. And then what they did is they put like a fake signature on a contract for the royalties of the musician's music. And then once the music was out, they were cashing in like more than 10, 20, 30 times what they had invested into the musician, because they took away the royalties and the little fine prints in the contract, which first of all, they never gave to the musician. And then second of all, you know, they forged the signature. But what I'm trying to get to here in the Five of Pentacles is make sure you've got contracts for everything, and make sure you've read them, and make sure that they are signed, because only then are you protected and only then are they valid. So next up, we've got the Heart Portal. So despite all of this contractual stuff, the month of October is a month of kind of like just being receptive of love as well. So having a very deep romantic connection with someone that you are spending a lot of time working with as well. And it kind of brings a bit of a balance, because otherwise your life would only be work. But because you've got someone that you can work with and work around, so being in the same space and both working without annoying each other, but actually enjoying, that is something that really bonds you, and you don't have to decide, is it either work or private life? Again, you can do it all, and you are doing it all. You're picking your people strategically. The inspirational creation shows us here that also during October, there's innovation. So all you need is like one idea, one innovative approach to change your life completely forever. And also to innovate with your team. If you feel like you've got someone selfish or someone dangerous that you're working with who may want to just kind of grab everything when they have the opportunity, letting go of them and just knowing that's not the kind of alchemy that we want on this journey. And if you've made it to this point, group number 4, please do leave a little gorilla emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are here, that you received the reading up until this point, and that you're part of group number 4. So next up, the 9 of Pentacles shows us that by the end of October, you will feel really pleased with what you have accomplished when it comes to your big to-do list, when it comes to your work things as well, as the 9 of Pentacles shows satisfaction with your work. It shows satisfaction with the things you've done when it comes to your health too. So if you're on a diet, you will have successfully completed the month feeling like you ate pretty well. If you're working out more, know here in the Nine of Pentacles, there will be no injuries, there will be no time wasted. You are definitely going to make use of that gym membership and of those workout clothes. And the Queen of Swords shows me that this just kind of puts you on a vengeance and on a roll for the upcoming months to do the most that you possibly can to become the best version of yourself up until the end of this year, so you can enter 2024 feeling extremely motivated, extremely strong, and honestly, like there is nothing you cannot do. So the Queen of Swords is your sign, your indication of the fact that October is really your month of being cutthroat about the people you keep around you, but also even your own behaviors that haven't served you or that have sabotaged your growth in the past. You're cutting them off, quite literally speaking, with your sword, because you don't have time for that. Okay, you've got an amazing legacy to build and also a lot of inspiring to do. That's what I see in the Magician. So group 4, this is the first part of your October prediction. Now we'll move into the horoscope portion, which is based on your zodiac sign. So in order to receive that, scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac sign, and then you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your reading right now. Do that, and I will catch you during your zodiac signs portion of your October predictions. Hello, all of my gorgeous Aries babies, and welcome to the horoscope portion of your October predictions. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading where you got to pick during the intro of the video, but now let's talk all things Aries, shall we? So I'll get into it for you. First up, we've got multiple streams. So multiple things are working out for you during the month of October. You've got multiple boyfriends, lovers, multiple streams of income, multiple ways in which you are enjoying life, and you are unfazed. You are just enjoying that. Now, I do want you to know here within multiple streams and this feeling of abundance that it is something you should enjoy in the moment, and also think about the future. Think about whether you want to eventually kind of pipe it down. Like if, for example, you are dating, it may be a good idea to have an idea as to what you would like to do so you don't create unnecessary heartbreak and drama in the people that you're seeing. You can start to think of narrowing it down. And when it comes to multiple streams professionally and in your career, it can be immensely helpful to see how you can keep this wave going for longer than just a month. Okay, so that is the piece of advice that you're being given for October, as everything is going fabulously well, my beautiful Aries babies. And in touch with your body, I do also see that you are taking excellent care of your nutrition and your diet. The amount of vitamins that you are consuming is going up. You are embracing yourself, and with this curly hair situation and very thick hair situation, do know that this increase in vitamins, minerals, as well as less stress on your side because you're enjoying these multiple streams of attention and income, is making your hair actually thicker. Like quite literally speaking, it's giving you more luscious hair, whether you've got curls or any other texture. It is just overall improving your hair game. Okay, so this is a great month already for my beautiful Aries babies. I mean, I don't know what else you want. You're looking good, you're living life amazingly well, and your hair is getting like more lush, thicker, less grays. You get the idea. Next up, we've got awakening. So here I do see that what October will do is awaken some memories from your past, some memories that also have to do with ancient knowledge, and remind you of ancestors, grandparents as well. Okay, so memories you had with them, and also memories how you think it was as your ancestors were still alive. If you've ever looked into like past lives and past life regression, read this book called Many Lives, Many Masters, or Many Masters, Many Lives. I'm not quite sure how the title goes precisely, it's been a couple years since I've read that book, but I will reread it. And it is written by a psychologist who did past life regressions with people who actually could remember parts of their past lives. So to some degree, we are more connected with our past lives than we're maybe aware of. And for you, I see a breakthrough coming when it comes to this. So remembering something from your past life. And we do have this like ancient Egypt kind of very dry place that you were probably living in, that you were residing in your past life. And the breakthrough is going to feel like you've gotten to know a part of yourself that was forgotten or maybe even deliberately not shared with you, right? That's sometimes what it can feel like too. Like for some reason, a lot of knowledge is being withheld from us, or a lot of knowledge isn't passed down with this whole being born and dying thing. It's like you have to always do the cycle from the beginning without ever getting to take the knowledge from past lives with you. Like this must be some sort of crazy joke, right? So within the insects, know that seeing a lot of insects in October still, especially if you live in a place that is getting colder, it is actually symbolic of support from the universe. It shows life, it shows support. If you don't like creepy crawlies, then this is going to be annoying for you. Try to, if you can, just put them back out where they belong, into the nature. And just think of it as an amazing symbol and synchronicity from your guides who are showing you support in the form of bringing insects closer to you than you're comfortable with. Here within the staff, I do want you to know that October will bring a lot of rain and kind of, in a sense, more difficulties building a foundation, especially if you are looking to do things out in the nature, like walk more and run more. Another thing is like hiking. Quite literally, we also have building things outside, even building a home, learning more how to like drive, just driving more overall. All of these foundation building exercises, either, you know, building the foundation for discipline if you wanted to spend more time outdoors, for your health, building the foundation of a home, building the foundation of a skill such as driving or riding a bike. All of these things will be more challenging in October due to the weather, but don't give up and just know that not every month is going to be like the best month for everything. Your month is already awesome, but when it comes to these kinds of activities, don't be surprised if in October everything is a little bit more difficult. Then we've got crystals, which are going to amplify everything a lot more strongly during the month of October. So keeping crystals around your workspace, like for example on your desk, or if you spend a lot of time in your kitchen preparing things in your kitchen, it will amplify the energies in that area. So for example, putting pyrite at your desk in your office will amplify the energy of abundance, right? Of luck, of prosperity. Putting black tourmaline next to your bedside table will amplify the energy of protection and having less nightmares or intrusive thoughts as you're in your bed and you're in a vulnerable state. So this is a type of way in which crystals will help super amplify everything during the month of October for you. So make sure that you add them or switch them up in your home. So adding them if you don't have any, and if you already have crystals and they've served a certain purpose, cleanse them, mix it up, and just like put them in a different place so they can use their energy in different ways again. So all of my gorgeous Aries babies, this is the reading that I received for you. Leave a little Aries emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are an Aries and you were here. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Taurus babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your October 2023 readings. So first up, we've got the water elementals. And know here, my gorgeous Taurus babies, that you will be super connected to your emotions. You'll have some times where you feel very melancholic, where you feel kind of like dramatic, okay? The month of October is a very drama-filled month when it comes to your emotions, but not in a bad way, just in the way of you really feeling all the feels, dancing and singing along to your favorite songs and really reenacting the scenes. Like if it is a song about heartbreak, you are singing it on your knees, really feeling into the emotion, creating the drama, and feeling into a moment as though it is happening as you are singing, as you are performing, as you're doing your creative task. So this is really a month of connecting with yourself and also your inner artist. I see here within the Stardust Angel that the thing is with you, you have been dimmed for quite some time now. You have had people tell you that they don't think that anything will actually become of you, that they don't really feel that your dreams are attainable. And the thing here with the Stardust Angel is we also have this card connecting to Master number 22. This is your synchronicity for the month of October, numerologically speaking. So seeing the number 22 is bound to happen on multiple occasions and is your reminder that you are a star. You have all of the elements needed in order to actually live the life of the star that you are meant to become. But the thing here with the Stardust Angel is that you also need to practice your confidence. And you're doing so, as we spoke about in the water elementals, by really having some moments of huge drama, of creating a scene, playing it out as though it is happening to you, like you are not just practicing. And that further kind of allows you to feel comfortable in your body and to know that you've got what it takes to do life in the most successful manner possible. The Ten of Cups here shows me that there are people who really adore you. This is a great card when it comes to your emotions, okay? Someone is looking at you as though you are wifey. And I do want you to know here with the Ten of Cups that if you don't identify as wifey, okay, just swap out the pronouns. I just know that most of my viewers are female, so that's why I said wifey, but they are looking at you as hubby just as much. You know what I'm trying to say? So the thing here in the Ten of Cups is that the more that you are in the most authentic version of yourself, the more attractive that you really are. And I can see here that someone sees you as their Stardust Angel, as their star, as their special someone, and as a 1 in a million person romantically as well. So you're not just 1 in a million and meant to stand out when it comes to your creative career, but you are also definitely 1 in a million when it comes to love, at least to your special person. The King of Pentacles shows us the King of Earth signs. This is a representation of you. As a Taurus, you are an Earth sign. And the King of Pentacles shows that you've got the coin, you've got the bag. When it comes to finances, things are how they are supposed to be during the month of October. You are making more money. Okay, you're getting a couple extra deals, a couple extra sources of income that are following through during the month of October. Even if you've been waiting for some money to come through that's owed to you, know that it will come through in October and that you are managing your finances in the most mature way than you ever have. And the King of Pentacles also just shows us here that you have garnered a lot of experience up until this point, especially compared to some other people. Finances and experience, it doesn't mean that you will be rich just because you've got experience with money. It just means that you've had experience with paying bills, with making money, with also reading about how to be financially independent. Maybe you've attempted some businesses in the past, and having this experience, that is true wealth. And it will actually come to you in the form of financial gain. But I see here in attachment that it's very important as well that you review your relationship with money, because the more chill you are about it and you actually focus on what you can provide and your craft and your skills, the more you will actually have an accumulation of money. So it's like with the best artists, the ones who are the most into their craft and where you can really see and feel how much effort and love they put into the things that they create. Those are usually the ones that accumulate the most wealth, not the ones where you feel like they're just doing this for a little bit of money, right? And here with the sacral portal, know that your creativity, that is your portal to more gains in your life. That is your portal to more financial gains, to people also being more obsessed with you, loving you a lot more. Because when you are in your creative streak, that is when people can like truly, truly identify with you and who you are. And that is when people can truly also kind of feel everything you're feeling. And that's when you become relatable. You are human. You are just like them. And people love to feel like they can relate to you. The Hermit shows us that during the month of October, you are leaving someone. You're kind of going into your own space. And if that means that you're not going to spend so much time with another person, then so be it. You're walking away. And the thing here is that sometimes you've got to do something for yourself, even if that means letting another person down or going away and being in solitude for a little bit. Because in order to be the best version of yourself for everybody else, you need to take care of your needs first. So you're kind of riding away on a horse, maybe quite literally speaking, but in all honesty, you need a little bit of time to yourself too in order to create and be that best version. And the Five of Wands shows that there are some moments in October where people will try to be argumentative. They will try to even start a fight. But because you would rather just leave the situation and take yourself out of that space physically and emotionally, you're not arguing or fighting with anybody because you are in your soft era. You are in an era where you are absolutely not going to engage in such behavior, and you're making it very clear by leaving any table, any room that seems kind of aggressive or seems like people are not respectful of you or themselves. So my gorgeous Taurus babies, this is the reading that I received for the horoscope portion of your October prediction. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Leave a little Taurus emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you enjoyed it. And I would just like to thank you for once again entrusting me with your monthly readings. I would like to send you so many hugs, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Gemini babies, and welcome to the horoscope portion, of your October readings. And we already have a card that popped out of the pile, which means that it has a meaningful message for you. So my gorgeous Geminis, this is the Eight of Cups. What this means is you're walking away from a connection. You're walking away from a relationship in which you were emotionally involved. And as the moon represents your intuition, you intuitively know that it's time for you to abandon the ship. Relationships are not about how long you've been with them or how much history that you have. It's really about how's the reality right now? Is the relationship serving you? Is the relationship putting positive vibes into your life? Is it actually pushing you to love yourself more? Or is the relationship making you feel small and insignificant? We have another card that popped right out of the pile and has an important message, which is the Three of Wands. You are deciding to be very picky and choosy with your relationships in October. You see there are 3 different wands, but you're only holding on to one. So everything is going to be divided by 3. Literally, if there are 30 different individuals with whom you can have contact, you are picking the 10 healthiest, best connections at most, all right? So even if that means that your friend circle is getting a little smaller again, and that overall your life is more simplified, it is a little bit more minimalistic, that is 100% what you're going for. The same goes for clothing. You are decluttering, you are letting go. You're realizing there's no point in having an emotional attachment to an item or a piece of clothing. If it hasn't served you in a year, you're letting go of it. You're downsizing your wardrobe by 2/3, so you will be left with 1/3. So that means for every like 12 pieces of clothing, you will only keep 4. All right, so you are keeping what really serves you, and the rest you're getting rid of. You're making space for something. That's what I can see here. You're preparing. Ooh, okay, so here in the Eight of Wands, I can see that you're preparing to do things very quickly, to travel, to move, and you want to be able to travel lightly. So my gorgeous Geminis, you are preparing for more international travel, and also for being able to move into a new living space. That's why you are downsizing so much, because you know that holding on to all of those things is just going to be another obstacle to overcome, and you don't want things to be more challenging than they need to be when moving day comes, or when you actually go live in a tiny house or travel the world in a van. You get the idea, okay? Backpacking. You have to already learn in your day-to-day life to let go of whatever is not really bringing anything to your life. Then we've got the Strength card. Now, the Strength card shows us that you don't really need to kick and scream or get physical. You can tame any beast by thought alone, okay? By kindness alone, by your words and your energy alone. People respect the heck out of you because you are someone who will never unfairly try to push someone to submission. You let people behave however they want to behave, and you don't try to tell them what's wrong or what's right. And for that, a lot of individuals respect you immensely, and for that, a lot of people feel comfortable around you. But it does also come with responsibility, and that responsibility is to still be honest and call people out when they're doing wrong. And the thing is that you do it in such a diplomatic and loving way that nobody ever feels like you're doing it to harm them, because you really are not. The heart portal shows us here that, my gorgeous Geminis, you are finally getting back the energy you have sent out. You have been generous, you have been receptive. And the thing here is that even those who mistrusted the fact that you're just nice, you know, when you help someone and they're like, really? Like, you're just going to do this for free? And you're like, yeah, obviously I'm just going to help you out of the goodness of my heart. Why not? And there are a lot of people who can be very suspicious of that. And you need some time for that to settle until they realize, no, you really just did something for them selflessly. And some people don't understand it because they've never done it themselves and would never do it. So we have to always remember that the way people judge us, that is actually seeing through their own lens, seeing things through their eyes. If someone judges you for what you look like, open your heart portal and understand that that is just a reflection of the fact that they also judge themselves through external gaze, through external points of validation. They don't judge themselves through their intelligence or who they are on the inside. So remind yourself that all of these things are always a reflection of how someone treats themselves, how someone treats their life. It has nothing to do with you. So it also creates destiny. And the thing here that I can see for my gorgeous Geminis is that your divine purpose and your reason to be here on this earth is becoming clearer during the month of October. You are connecting to your divine purpose, and we've got animals, quite specifically speaking, horses here, herbivores. We also have other people here, younger people, so in a way you are meant to teach. We've got the symbol of a dragonfly and 2 little dolphins here as well. Let me just bring this card closer to you. So I do want you to know here that you are a huge inspiration to the younger generation, and it is definitely your destiny to give them hope that regardless of their background, where they come from, or whether they really believe in themselves at this very point or not, what they can still accomplish and actually move forward with in their life. So you are meant to kind of just be a beacon of light for eventually your own children or your own descendants, and right now those who are younger than you. Now, the Snapdragon shows us that during the month of October, we have strong Gemini energy of purification. This card showing up and being in the sign of Gemini is the sign that you needed, that this reading is really meant for you. Purification is something you will do through certain concoctions. So you will take antibiotics to fend off something that is attacking you, and you will purify in that way. But that is not the best way to purify, because it also kills good bacteria very often. And another way to purify that I can see here is to do some fasting, some sort of purification in the form of drinking a lot of herbal teas and taking herbal remedies, doing a little bit of abstaining from food as well. And I'm not talking about purification where the whole month you're not eating anything. I mean purification in the form of intermittent fasting for longevity, trying to make your digestive system work less hard so that you have more energy to do other things. The chrysanthemum is the plant of longevity, and it shows here that you can create more time in your day. When you're spending less time worrying about food, when you're going to eat, how you're going to eat, but you've already kind of put a plan together for that, and you already know that in the end you'll feel really good if you just stick to the plan. You'll have more energy and more time. The geranium shows us for Gemini a lot of healing and you taking the initiative to heal. So this was your idea to do a purification and a cleanse during the month of October. This is something that you've always wanted to do, and October presents the perfect opportunity for it. And Chili shows us here that when you go through a phase of cleansing, like not drinking alcohol anymore, staying away from caffeine, from fried foods, unhealthy foods, then all of a sudden things become a lot more stimulating that had grown dull before. So certain things grew dull, like maybe chocolate wasn't even so sweet for you anymore. Fries were like yummy, but they were not like wow. And once you abstain from these things and you purify your body of them, when you try them again, they taste so much more intense, and I would even say so much better. So I'm not telling you to do this kind of roller coaster effect of purifying and then going back to all of these unhealthy habits, but when you do every now and then enjoy them and indulge in them, they will be a lot more stimulating and just a lot nicer in that moment than they ever were, and you'll take it less for granted. So my gorgeous Gemini babies, thank you for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me. I truly enjoyed reading for you for October. Leave a Gemini emoji below if you made it all the way to the end. And I'm sending you lots of prosperity, hugs, well wishes. I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous fellow Cancerians, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your October predictions. Are you ready? Because I know I certainly am, and I can't wait to channel these divine messages for you. So let's see precisely what's coming towards you during October. So first up, we've got the Magician, but in reverse. I want you to know that when this card shows up, your spirit and your guides immediately want to protect you. They want to protect you from wasting your talent and your time on something that is just an illusion. So you receiving this reading is meaningful because you are here for a reason, my beautiful Cancerian, and that is to receive these messages so you can protect yourself and save your time rather than investing in something that isn't going to reap rewards. And we will also figure out in this reading where you should invest your time, love, and energy into for the best possible outcome. So I do see here that when we've got the 10 of Pentacles, what you should not invest your time in here are relationships that you just intuitively feel you're not quite getting the same back. That's what I see in the Magician, because the 10 of Pentacles shows that your career, your job, your studies, that's where we've got the big yes. That's where we've got an unexpected financial windfall, which means unexpectedly actually being very successful, having extra money come your way during the month of October, and an inheritance, some sort of trust funds coming your way, okay? A privilege. And I want you to know here that this is not something negative. Don't feel as though this inheritance comes incoherence to someone leaving this earth. Okay, that's not what this is about. It is about unexpected financial windfall without the setback that comes from losing a loved one. All right, so this is an unexpected wind that's pushing you in the right direction. And the Magician in reverse probably showed up for you to remind you that even if you feel like you're losing out because you're saying no to something at the start of October, know that towards the end of the month you will actually find that overall things are unexpectedly turning in your favor. Let's add some dates to this. All right, so we have the 4th, all right? So from the 4th or around the time of the 4th, plus minus a couple days, you are going to have to axe out a situation in October that isn't healthy for you. Then, then from the 8th of October, just so you can see clearly here, from the 8th of October, prepare for this windfall. Prepare for this awesome situation from this financial gain that's coming for you. All right, so then we've got the 9th. So around the 9th, I want you to know shortly after the 8th, you will find that all of a sudden things change in your favor very deeply, very profoundly. So this is an interesting month that has some ups and downs for you, my gorgeous Cancerians. Let's move further into it. We've got the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant shows us here that traditional values and conventional conformity is something that you're kind of on the fence with. You're questioning it. There are certain ways in which you truly believe in traditional values and maybe even want to embody those in your own life, but there are also certain aspects where you're challenging that, especially in your career. Before you were at the point you're at now, professionally, even studying, there may have not been many people who looked like you or came from a background that you came from that made it as far as you're making it and still on your way to. So here within the High Priestess, just know that tradition did in the past kind of stop certain people in their tracks, but it doesn't have to be the same for you. You can love some traditional family values and at the same time say no to misogyny, say no to the patriarchy, say no to things like racism, like taking from people that should actually be rewarded. And I feel like in those instances, standing up for teachers, for underprivileged kids, for nurses, for all of these people who are actually building the fundamentals of our society and advocating for them having fair wages, fair conditions to live in, fair chances to go on vacations, to recuperate, to raise their own families as well. I definitely see here in the High Priestess that you are the kind of person who is going to push different sectors of society to be more successful and to be able to actually have the justice that they've deserved all along. You are like a pillar, a helper, and an inspiration. So next up, I want you to know here in the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands, the number 3 with these masculine symbols, also known as phallic symbols, shows that as you're checking your time, the time is up for anybody who has not proposed their love to you by the month of October. The Three of Swords shows heartache to a certain degree, but the thing is just like you will not be messed with, and it doesn't matter whether you have history with someone. If you want commitment, you're either going to get that commitment from them the way they're about to get it from you, or they can get the hell up and out of your life. I see in the Three of Wands, you don't have time for games. The Three of Swords shows here that you know precisely where these games lead, and you've seen friends and family members who have stuck around and been loyal to someone for years just to be backstabbed, to never actually get what they wanted out of the relationship, and you will not be that kind of example. So the Three of Wands shows TikTok, time's up for players. You are protecting yourself, your sanity, and your mental health. The Be Authentic card shows that that is who you authentically are. You are a savage. As a fellow Cancerian, I understand that you are kind, you are nice, you're family oriented, but when someone crosses you, that is it. You will cut them if you need to. You will literally kind of, how should I say, annihilate their existence if necessary to protect your loved ones and even yourself. To get you to that point is difficult, but once someone really pushes your button, you will also authentically just show them that you're not here to be played with or to be taken for granted. Another thing in being authentic is that you understand that there's no point in trying to be liked. The only thing that's really meant for you moving forward is your journey of discovering yourself and then showing that version of yourself to the world. You have tried in the past to fit in and to be liked by everybody. And what did it get you? More bullying, because people could feel the vibes and the energies of insecurities, the pick-me vibes of wanting to fit in and to be liked. And you're just not about that life anymore. You're on your journey to authenticity, and you are completely okay with sacrificing people along the way. Sacrifices also show me here that during the month of October, because you are experiencing a lot of success and a huge culmination in your career, you will then have to decide to make a sacrifice to take on the next steps. That means sacrificing some time, sacrificing a certain amount of laziness as well, because if you want to stay put in your career and professional life, you can stay put, but you are choosing the path of sacrifice so you can accomplish more from November, December onwards. Up until 2024 to 2026, you are focused on your career, you're focused on your grind, you're focused on building. I definitely see here that for you, you are willing at this point in your life to sacrifice a lot in order to build for your future. And you want people around you who are just as motivated and just as into making sacrifices in order for you to actually have a voice, a seat at the table, and to be invited into rooms where your ancestors were maybe left out of. So my beautiful fellow Cancerians, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Leave a little Cancer emoji below in the comment section, either the emoji of the Cancerian symbol or a crab, whatever works for you. And once again, I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. As I mentioned during the intro, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It greatly helps my channel. It really means the world for me. It's just one little free click, and that way more people get to receive their monthly predictions. So thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are in this world, and I'll catch you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my stunning Leo babies, and welcome to the horoscope portion of your October prediction. So this is all based on your zodiac sign. We already have a card that would like to speak, so I don't want to waste any time and get right into it. Actually, it has been revealed that there are two cards that you need to receive. This is from my daily affirmation circle deck, which is guaranteed to make you feel good, as you can read right here. So these are the affirmations that you need for the month of October, which will also tell us a story about what's coming towards you. First up, we've got, I make choices that bring peace into my life. Please repeat after me, either out loud or in your head. I make choices that bring peace into my life. Next up, we've got, I am a capable leader. Let's repeat that. I am a capable leader. Because you are, my beautiful Leo baby, don't be afraid to leave one or both of these affirmations below in the comment section to further manifest and affirm this into your month of October. What this means here, when you are affirming that you make choices that bring peace into your life, this affirms the fact that you are not going to people please, but you will actually make choices that help you sleep well at night, okay? That also give you time to take care of yourself. Rather than putting other people's needs before your own constantly, you make choices that bring peace to you, not others. I want to further read into that. We have got the screech owl, which shows that you are getting creative on how to say no. The thing with you Leos is you are so generous, so warm-hearted, so giving. It can be hard for you to just say no, but I see that you're getting into creative ways of telling people no that doesn't hurt them and also makes you feel good. Like if someone asks you if you can hang out, but you really need that self-care Sunday, you really just want to stay home, order food in and watch a movie, you're just going to tell them like, look, I really need some self-care. I've been feeling a little down and out, and honestly, it has nothing to do with you. And I hope we can do this next time together, but I've kind of blocked out this time for me, and I hope you can respect that. Whereas in the past, you would have looked for other excuses excuses and try to say that you have something to go to. You're just being very honest, and at the same time making them feel like, hey, let's plan the next self-care evening together. This one's reserved for me, but the next one can be for us. And this is a way how you're strengthening your relationships, because people really respect you for this. Now, in I Am a Capable Leader, my gorgeous Leo baby, even you, one of the most confident signs of the zodiac, even you doubt yourself. You're only human. But in I Am a Capable Leader, I can see that you are put in positions of responsibility during the month of October, and you need to up that confidence level and remind yourself the decisions that you make are sound. You are a sound person. Even if you feel like you can be crazy at times, do know here within the, there we go, the spotted skunk, that we've got this message of standing up for yourself. If it's not you being the capable leader, it will be someone who believes in themselves more. That doesn't mean they're a better leader or they're more right. Being a leader in this day and age is often actually just a battle of who is more confident. And some people, some narcissistic and cocky, overly confident people will be leaders, managers, doctors, psychologists, teachers. They will put themselves in positions where they are above others in the social, political, as well as professional hierarchy, because they have audacity, because they ask for what they want, because they know no boundaries, which is why it's important for sound, sane people like you who can self-reflect and ask themselves whether they're right or wrong, who don't just assume that whatever they do is God's gift or the universe's gift. That's why it's important that you push this narrative in your head that you are a capable leader, so we can have people like you at the top, not just the biggest narcissists. You get what I'm saying? So next up, we've got the Paleated Woodpecker. So this is about freeing that inner fire. You've got a desire to do more than the average person. You've got this desire to rise to a level that no one in your family who came before you was able to achieve. And in order to do that, you have to somehow gain the confidence. And it's not always getting more confident at work to do work things, or getting more confident at school to pass the exam. Sometimes you need to do something out of the box in a completely different area of life to build your confidence. For me, for example, I started streaming on Twitch, which I will leave the link below. I didn't say this in any other reading, but that has helped build my confidence. It's something completely different than filming videos. It's interacting live on the internet where anybody can watch for free. Anyone can say anything in the comment section. And I did that to free my inner fire, to push myself out of my comfort zone. I have also been running a lot more. Just the other day, I ran like 10 miles. And prior to that day, I never thought my body was capable of doing that. And somehow I accomplished it. I ran the 10 miles that I never believed that I could. So pushing yourself in different areas of life that you always wanted to push yourself and secretly thought maybe you couldn't, that will create the confidence that you need to be the capable leader that you are for October. The monarch butterfly shows us that you are going to be slowly but surely digesting your past. Therapy, my beautiful Leo baby. Don't be afraid to go to therapy, all right? And don't be afraid, if that is not something that is accessible to you financially speaking, to look for cheaper forms of therapy. There are a lot of books that are healing. There are tarot decks, okay? Literally purchasing one tarot deck. You get so much therapy in that if you just have a book and a pen. My Below the Surface Oracle deck even comes with a journal where you can journal all of your findings while using the cards and reflecting on them, and you can write those down. I'll leave the link below. So you get the deck, you get the guidebook and a journal. So it's like free therapy in the deck. You pay for it one time, you can use it for months and years and have free therapy. I'm such an advocate of people even creating their own therapeutic spaces rather than feeling like they have to go into debt or spend a lot of money if it's just not feasible for you right now. Here with an air, the month of October is screaming for you to be creative. Be creative about living the life that you want to live. First, it starts with the therapy, right? There are creative ways how you can give yourself therapy on a budget. If you want to go to a spa, but right now you can't afford it, be creative. You can make face masks at home, literally with things as cheap as oats, for example, and using different like ingredients, healing, soothing ingredients that you can soak the oats with. So you have a paste, you've just created your own face mask. You can get face masks at your grocery store. You can get some massage oil. You can give yourself a little massage, do some dry brushing, put on music. That is free if you've got an internet connection, which you obviously have if you're watching this video. Put on some healing shows and even Google different meditations, Google different yoga poses and so on. Get creative in your routine to feeling like you live a luxurious life. It doesn't need to cost a lot for it to feel the same way or even better. Here within Bones for Casting, Divination, you will be adding a tarot or oracle deck to your collection in October. There's no doubt about it. Crystals are also part of this, maybe even some real or fake bones that you will use for casting. All right, so I do want you to know here within divination that a huge part of your month of October is truly connecting with the divine in a way that you have been a little lazy to do in the past, or you maybe thought you weren't qualified for. Again, you are building your confidence. You're bringing more peace into your life. Next up, we have got the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life shows us here that there will be a conception of something new. Of course, conception, first and foremost, people think babies, kids, and little ones. Well, of course, if that's something you're looking to do, October may just be your lucky month. But let me just say, for 99% of you, conception is going to be about conception of a fresh idea, something that can grow, a new habit that can lead you to more peace in your life and more of a feeling of being that capable leader that you truly are. The conception of new habits will include research, it will include discipline, and it will include you standing up for that. That means making time for it and sticking to it, not allowing other people to rearrange your schedule, even though you have planned for that time to be dedicated to your working out, to cooking something healthy, to reading, to your journaling, to your divination practice. Creating space for the things that truly soothe and serve you, my beautiful Leos. Next up, we've got forgiveness. Whew, the month of October is not an easy one emotionally speaking. All of this growth may make you tired. So if you're feeling fatigued during the month of October, believe me, emotional fatigue is real. Forgiveness shows here that because you're going through so much personal growth, it will be easy for you to forgive and let go of some past experiences that really hurt you. Past experiences that made you feel tired and made you kind of feel like you don't believe in humanity anymore, because it just feels like everyone is out for their own gain, no matter whose toes that they stand on, no matter whose heart they break. So in forgiveness, you are truly letting go of some facets of your past that have held on to you until this day. If you've had trust issues, that doesn't come from living in a stable household as a kid. It doesn't come if you've only had great romantic relationships with securely attached people. That comes from trauma. That is a trauma response when you feel anxious, when you have trust issues. That is your response to something that has happened to you. It should never be shamed, and it's something you can overcome and you can grow from. It's something you can work on. The celestial assistance shows us here that through angelic messages and guidance, you will find these aha moments. You will get to moments of enlightenment during the month of October like you haven't during any other month of the year 2023. Your celestial assistance will come in the form of symbols. We've got these kind of white wings, white winged creatures. Think also doves, even things such as white pigeons. And also, I do want you to know Tree of Life symbols. That's what I'm getting here from celestial assistance, as well as the Tree of Life. Different symbols that have to do with trees that are symbolic of life, of growth, and and of regeneration. Now, my beautiful Leo babies, this is the second part of your October prediction. I hope you enjoyed this even more intricate deep dive into what's coming towards you. And if you did, of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss another reading, because you guys know I prepare you every single month for the upcoming month. I'm sending you so much love, my gorgeous Leo babies. Don't forget to leave a Leo emoji below in the comment section. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Virgo babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your October readings and predictions. So this is based on your horoscope, on your zodiac sign, all right? And we'll be getting into it, starting off with the Myths and Mermaids Oracle of the Water deck. This is a deck that I just love the depictions in. And you guys know, as a creator and author of tarot decks, I just always want to support my fellow peers in the industry. So first and foremost, we've got Reaching for Sunset. Virgo, I want you to know that nighttime is your time of the day during the month of October. If you're a night owl, you may say to yourself, what else is new, Vanessa? Of course, I am the most creative during the night or as the sun is setting. But I want you to know in Reaching for Sunset that this will really be the time that you are reaching for, intuitively craving, waiting for every single day to get your most creative tasks done. Oh, I feel like we've got a little surprise. Yeah, we do. We had another card that was just behind the Reaching for Sunset card, which is the Tiki Mermaid. So you will be going to some get-togethers during the month of October. Do you have a little Halloween party planned? Do you have a little company get-together or a friend's birthday? That's what we've got here in the Tiki Mermaid. And I just want you to know here that that's going to be the most healing, productive time for you during the month of October, when the sun is setting and you feel as though the hustle and bustle from the daytime is done, and you can then finally soak deeply into your flow state. Now, the alchemical seas shows us that you're not afraid to be in some uncharted territories with some monsters or creatures that you are unaware of, in the sense of you've never seen them before. So this means you are unafraid to step into a room of people you've never met before. When it comes to your career or even studies, you will meet some new people who will enrich your life in a way that you didn't think that they would, and they will also add to your social life. So first, it may seem like you're stepping into a room of monsters, creatures, individuals that you're not going to like, but in the end, you'll be surprised at how much you can actually find similarities with anybody here. And with anybody here, I mean anyone here on planet Earth. And King of Wands. This King of Wands card is representative of you being in your divine masculine energy during the month of October. So not just being soft and creative, but also getting things done and standing taller. Even right now, your posture, you may feel slouched over. You may feel like you're not standing as tall as you possibly can. Pay some attention to how your posture is right now, my beautiful Virgos. Straighten it up a little more. Represent the King of Wands, okay? Represent king-like energy, energy of not taking BS from anybody, energy that is confident. Trust me, when it comes to the month of October, you'll need that, because the Ace of Wands shows that you're also being put in situations that you've never been in before, trying out new things. Like a new hobby is, a no-brainer for the month of October, but also getting into something that you were always afraid to do, like going to the gym by yourself for the first time. It is nerve-wracking. You feel like everyone's watching you and everyone can see that you have no clue about the gym or what you're doing, which, by the way, isn't true. Everyone is just focused on themselves. I think whenever you start something new, you always feel like people are paying attention to how badly you're doing, but you would also be surprised at how many people respect you for even being there. I would certainly respect you for just showing up and just putting yourself out there and trying to do something for your own health. The Ten of Wands shows us that the month of October will come with a lot of tasks and so much newness that by the end of October, it will really be time for you to book a little getaway, to schedule in some days off where you're not doing anything, because recuperation is important. It is something that is needed, and it is something that we often don't do enough in this day and age, because there's always a endless to-do list and always endless tasks to be completed. Now, the Nine of Cups, congratulations, my gorgeous Virgos. This actually shows some manifestations that are coming true. This is also known as the wish card. The Nine of Cups is a card of overall something you've dreamed of coming to fruition and taking a nice big leap towards your dreams. Also, this is a card of abundance in a romantic sense. So your romantic life will have an amazing effect during the moon, okay? Full new moons, that is when you will be celebrating a very romantic time. If it is like your anniversary, for example, during the new and full moon in October, that is a no-brainer. If you're single, trust me, the dates, the outings you will have during the full and new moon in October will be the most exciting things ever. It will give you hope for your love life. That is what the star represents, and it will show you that after all, chivalry, kindness isn't dead. And the star is also representative of new hopeful opportunities coming your way. With the Ace of Wands, I can see here that your life is moving in a new direction. You did not expect this direction, but your guides feel like you are ready for it. I will just pull out my charm bag and we can intuitively grab some charms here, shall we? So we can see what's coming towards you and what is kind of giving you more hope. All right, we've got this snake and this dinosaur. So this cobra snake here is representative of transformation and also shedding old skin. Also the death of an enemy, that's what this represents. The ending of a time of hostility, of dealing with someone super hostile. And then we have this dinosaur here, which is probably a herbivorous one. And it does show us here that in the past, there were times where you were gentle, where you didn't mean to hurt other people's feelings, but maybe they meant to hurt yours, and you will watch their downfall. I see that here with the snake. The tables will have turned. By coincidence, you will see on Facebook or Instagram someone's profile that you used to go to like middle school or high school with, and oh boy, have the tables turned. That's what you're gonna see. And it's not that you're like putting yourself above them in any way. It just shows that karma really does have a way of playing out in life. And the King of Blades here shows that even though you can exercise your power, you can exercise your success over other people, you can now be the bully. You always choose the high road. Like, quite literally speaking, the saying by our former FLOTUS of when they go low, we go high. That is one thing that I definitely see here within the King of Blades for you. You are far too logical and emotionally advanced and emotionally intelligent to engage in any kind of petty fights or arguments. You have other things that you are focused on during the month of October, like creating a legacy, planning some self-care days, also being the leader that you know you can be, and being your most creative and productive during sunset, even writing like a whole book, a whole kind of manuscript, writing out an entire business plan. All of this can happen during the evening hours for you. That's when you are the most productive during the month of October. So my beautiful Virgo babies, this is the reading that I've received for you, and I truly hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to leave a little Virgo emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received your reading. And you guys, I'm sending you lots of hugs. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, you guys. We are definitely like a cute little safe space here on YouTube, but I want to take this more mainstream. So make sure that you help the channel and these videos grow and be reached by a broader audience by subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button. So thank you so much for your support, and I can't wait to catch up with you during one of my upcoming readings. Welcome to your October horoscopes, my beautiful Libra babies. Let's get into the Libra portion of your prediction. I hope that you enjoyed picking the first part of your reading during the intro, but now we will talk all things your zodiac sign. So let's get into it. We've got a reflection card for you that is of importance for the month of October. Now, your reflection card says the following: how you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. My gorgeous Virgos, is there a relationship that is getting on your nerves where you feel like you're not being loved properly? Let me know in the comment section. I'm sorry, my camera seems to have a little trouble focusing, but there we go. So when you, for example, accept a kind of treatment and love that you don't really want, you are showing others that that is okay. So here is your prompt. Picture what it would look like to be loved and appreciated by the world in just the manner you most desire. Channel this image as you move through your day. So if you, for example, are someone whose love language is words of affirmation and you want to hear more from your partner, from people in your life, you've got to speak up and say, hey, I would like to hear more from you. And especially in romantic relationships, if they don't get it, you walk out. You don't teach them that that is how you want to be loved. And a great way to do this with romantic partners, especially if you, for example, want them to write you and text you more, just don't respond to any text messages for a while, for a couple hours or even 1 or 2 days. It will make them nervous and make them feel like they are losing you. If you want to be spoken to over the phone, if you want phone calls, literally do not answer text messages. If you've already told them you prefer phone calls, do not answer any text messages. Text them barely ever because they know what you want. So if they are not willing to give it to you, then you know that they will not love you the way you need to be loved. And if they want to love you the way that you have already said you need to be loved, they will do it because it's not hard. It's one click and a couple minutes of time. It's often even more effective than texting. Next up, we've got the breakthrough. So the month of October brings a breakthrough for my beautiful Libra babies, a breakthrough in your understanding of what you want out of life and love especially. It brings a breakthrough because for once, you are really not afraid whatsoever to be alone. You would rather be alone than be in a soppy relationship that is just making you sad every day or makes you cry every other day. That's what I see here within the breakthrough. And reflective truth shows us that in many ways, the month of October will bring a type of acceptance of yourself that you haven't experienced in the past because you're discovering self-love on a whole nother level, and also a lack of need for attention from the kind of person you want to be with, romantically speaking. If you have the attention, it's great. If you don't, your life is still great. That's what we've got here for you in October. Now, as a Libra, you are ruled by Venus. You are very much a detail-oriented individual. You are peace-loving. You are refined, diplomatic. You are like the perfect person to be in a leadership position. So let's see what you need to affirm in October. I see each day as an opportunity. So if you feel at times as though your days start off and something is already lost because you get an email that is difficult to answer or you don't want to deal with some issues, remember in each day there is opportunity for greatness, for happiness, for it to be the best day of your life. I mean, even if your day starts off with bad news, if, for example, that day you would win the lottery, would that not still be an awesome day? Would that not still be an amazing day, even though you thought it was like irreparable? Remind yourself that there is always possibility for things to be turned around. Next up, your next affirmation is I am open to new friendships. Why we've got to affirm this is because you have new friendships that are coming through in the month of October. People can feel some of these changes that you're going through internally, and it's attracting a new group of friends. It is attracting friends that you go to brunch with, not to party with, friends that are going to call you out if you're doing something that's bad for yourself. You're open to these new friendships finally in October, and you can also discern between who's a friend and who's a frenemy. And the thing here with friendships is that they can be so fulfilling and supportive that if you've got the right ones, you will not even miss any love if you're single, and it will actually make your romantic relationships better if you are in a committed relationship, because it's not so much pressure for one person to fulfill the hat of being the best partner, the best friend, the best everything. The Magician showing up in reverse shows me that your guides want to talk to you about some sort of deception, trickery, or illusion during the month of October. I hope that you can appreciate my honesty and my directness, my beautiful Libra baby, because the thing with these readings is that I always want you to be prepared, not just for you to hear whatever you want to hear. When situations come up, I want you to be able to already feel as though you know how to handle it. So something is happening that will make you feel like, it's not quite okay. Someone's going to try to push you into a contract or something legally binding that is unfair towards you. And the King of Wands here, that shows us how to react. Strong. Act energetically, act confident, like you've got experience, and be honest about the fact that you can see that this is just BS, that someone is just trying to BS you out of your money, time, and energy, and that it is not really like giving you an advantage. It's not really helpful to you. So why would you sign this? Why would you go into business with this? Why would you be in this relationship if it's just making your life more challenging? So here within the Judgment card in reverse, the thing here is when you've got this awareness of what's going on around you, you can see people who don't have the same self-awareness in a different light. You can see that their unwillingness to learn lessons, to take things slow, and to build relationships, wealth, and a legacy with time, as everyone who builds it honestly has to do. It makes you just see that there are certain people who are not yet at the level where they're willing to put in the work and the honesty to get to where they're trying to go. And instead, they will try to use you to get ahead. Like, for example, someone's selling a vehicle and they know it's a vehicle that has been in an accident, but they try to still sell it to you as something that is like semi-new and is accident-free. Also, a realtor that knows precisely that the sale that they're trying to get here is a dishonest one because they didn't disclose that there was mold. They didn't disclose that this neighborhood had an issue with rats, mice, whatever it is. And, you know, they leave that out because they think that will get them ahead. But karma always comes for those people and those type of deals. But you're being warned to read all of the fine print, as mentioned in these examples, thoroughly, precisely, and to be aware that you don't have to be the next victim of that situation, as you are already prepared. You know that there may be an attempt to manipulate you, to get some money out of you that is not rightfully that person's money. So you're already prepared for October. There are crookish things in this world, and that's undeniable. We've got to protect ourselves from them. So birth shows us here that there will be a birth around you. So someone close to you, being pregnant, being at a stage where giving birth is the hot topic. And I do want you to know that this also gives you a fresh view on life. It gives you like this renewed want and need to be someone who is inspirational, someone who actually walks their talk. And I do also see that it inspires you for what you maybe want to do one day, family-wise too. Now with East, we've got a new day in October, as in a new cycle coming towards you. You respect and understand humanity and the hustle that comes with it. You keep your circle small and you're open to some new friendships, but in the end, you also know that it is important that you are real and honest with yourself with relationships. If a relationship isn't good right now, you are not going to stay in it in hopes that it will change. You judge things by just how they are in that very moment. And by being so in the moment and mindful I do see that it makes your life a lot easier because you are not making decisions based on imagination or wishful thinking, which I would say is our greatest downfall as human beings. But you are being a very factual person during the month of October, which is serving you well. Now, my gorgeous Libra babies, we are at the end of the second part of your reading, which I hope you thoroughly enjoyed and that you found it insightful and that you already know to read these fine prints so you will not get screwed over. I hope you appreciate the honesty and the directness. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to leave a Libra emoji below. To never miss another monthly prediction, of course, subscribe to my channel. It's easy, free, and the subscribe button should be just down here as well. And know that I'm sending you so much love, abundance, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Scorpio babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your October prediction. I hope that you enjoyed receiving part 1 during the intro of this video, but now we will talk all things Scorpio, shall we? First up, we've got the Magician, but in reverse. My gorgeous Scorpio babies, one thing that I want you to know right now is that there's something you've got to look out for during the month of October so you don't waste your talent, your energy, and that you are not deceived. I really hope that you can enjoy my straightforwardness and directness at the start of this Scorpio prediction because you guys know I'm an honest reader. The most important thing for me is that you are prepared, not that you just hear what you want to hear. So next up, we've got the Judgment card, but in reversed. Now, this card of the tarot shows that any type of indecisiveness or self-doubt and a lack of believing in yourself, that is what you need to be aware of for October, that may cause some serious setbacks, all right? So for example, going to a job interview and not being confident, that will cause setbacks that you didn't expect and that, quite frankly speaking, you don't deserve. I see here within the King of Wands that the type of energy that your guides want you to display is energetic, optimistic, like you've got all the experience in the world, you are strong, friendly, funny, you've got the entire package, and that is how you will find the success that you desire in October. So be aware of overthinking whether people like you or not. Bottom line for you is to fake it till you make it. Let's have a look at our final cards, shall we? So one thing we have here is the Four of Coins in reverse and the Hanged Man in reverse. So first of all, let's start off with the Four of Coins in reverse, or the Four of Pentacles in reverse, however you'd like to call it. This is about generosity and shedding the old. If needed, also letting go of people who cannot stop reminding you of your past. Like for me, for example, people who constantly need to remind me of, yeah, but you know, you used to like meat so much. Well, you know, you used to like this so much. It's like, yeah, okay, I've been plant-based for literally 10 years now. Like, is there a reason you're digging this up still? Because doesn't really make a difference to anything today. I don't really know what you're trying to say or prove with that. Neither did I bring up anything about diet, nor did I ask your opinion, so I'm not sure why you cannot let go of the past or just let me be me since literally 10 years. So there are certain frenemies, family members, people who will always try to remind you of your past self that you clearly wanted to grow and evolve from, and you clearly don't want to be anymore. If not, you would be that version, right? So you're trying to do something else. Why are they reminding you of who you were in the past that you, for some reason, wasn't healthy for you? Now, I do see here with the Hanged Man reverse that you have to detach from that, because when you detach from people who are so obsessed with where you used to be and cannot appreciate where you are right now, you can grow, you can take leaps forward, you can literally start to fly. The King of Wands can see this. So I want you to know here that it is definitely a situation in October where you feel more and more like people are trying to stuff you in a box you no longer are meant to be in, and for you, just breaking out of it breaking out of what people are trying to convince you to be, because you know that's not you. That is going to be the most freeing moment. It's like an awakening of looking around and being like, this is not the life that I want for myself. I want real connection with real people who can appreciate who I am, who I'm becoming, and where I'm going, and people who are not obsessed with holding me to my past or comparing me to past versions of myself, because she doesn't exist anymore. He's long gone. Next up, we've got the solar portal. Now, the solar portal shows here that the energy of the sun will help you to balance power during the month of October. Spend as much time outside in the sun as you can. Get some of that vitamin D and be centered using meditation, but also the energies of the sun. It will not be the easiest month for Scorpio, which again, I hope you can appreciate my honesty is what I meant to say, but it is a month of cleansing. It is a month of realness. Next up, we've got empowerment. So for you, I do see that in the end, you will feel super empowered because you know that others would have given up if they only experienced a fraction of what you've been through. And October will also be empowering because you are coming more to this understanding of how much your confidence really changes the outcome of decisions around you. Decisions when it comes to your career, so whether people hire you or buy from you or not. Decisions when it comes to love, whether you've got respect and a long-lasting relationship basis, because you have to show that you are willing to walk away, that you're not going to be breadcrumbed. And the Queen of Swords just shows us your vibe, okay? It shows that you have inspiration from an air sign. That is a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius that is super cutthroat, super direct, like an amazing business person or businesswoman. And this is someone who's unafraid to be liked, and you have seen that and now you're embodying it. You've seen it and now in October you are doing the same. And I just want to add the last card to your reading so we can figure out what messages we've got. The Two of Wands shows us that you've got your sights set out really high, really far, and on some really big accomplishments. And I want to congratulate you for that, because that already takes courage. Not many people see themselves as winners or as people who can accomplish something big. And for you to already be there, it's a win. So I do want you to know here that in October, looking forward is your biggest friend. It's going to be your biggest boost. It's going to be the most positive thing that you can do. Leaving the past where it is, and also leaving people who live in the past where they are, so they can continue to repeat and relive the past. That is fine, but that's not what you're doing. And furthermore, my gorgeous Scorpio baby, I want you to know that we've got a lot of threes. We've got 36 here in the solar portal. We've got awakening, which corresponds to the number 3. Then we also have empowerment, which corresponds to the number 13. With all of these cards, these like cosmic galaxy kind of cards, we had the number 3 show up. So don't be surprised if 3 continuously shows up as you're growing the most. Like if you're leaving your work, you feel exhausted, you feel like you can't anymore, you're studying your butt off to make something out of your life. Meanwhile, other people are telling you you're doing it for nothing. You're working on your own business, and you can just tell others low-key don't think you will succeed. Look out, it'll be 3:33 p.m. when you're doing this. You will be at a place where you see a number plate that has 333 in it. You will pay for something, and the ending number, it will end in like 3.33. So know that you're on the right path when you see this and you're supported. Sometimes you need to learn to be okay with being your biggest support, and also with just trusting that feeling you have inside of yourself that believes in you. Because in order for others to believe in you, you've got to believe in yourself. So my beautiful Scorpio baby, this is the reading that I've received for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this and found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Leave a Scorpio emoji down there. Know that I'm sending you so much love and abundance, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius babies. Welcome to the horoscope portion of your October predictions. I hope that, okay, we already have some cards that we are going to read into. What I wanted to say is that I hope that you enjoyed part 1 of your reading, where you got to pick from the 4 groups I had prepped for you during the intro. But now we'll talk all things Sagittarius. I'm just going to put our little butterfly back in place, and we can get into it. So the 2 cards that popped up for you are Galactic Guidance as well as Trust. I will start off with Galactic Guidance for you. So your message about the month of October and Galactic Guidance is that you've got assistance from your star family. If you are someone who believes in extraterrestrials, or just overall someone who believes that there is some sort of other force, maybe even living being out here in the great wide universe, then do know here that you are more supported and looked after than you thought. The galactic guidance also corresponds to number 18. So if that is the number of a birthday that you are celebrating, either your own or from someone close to you, again, we have that support, that family vibe, hanging out together, hyping each other up, overall increasing our Sagittarius baby's confidence during the month of October. I see here within Trust that you are overcoming doubts by being in healthy relationships with people whom you can count on, people who don't prey on your insecurities, but who have patience for you and who also try to hype you up for all of the things that you are doing amazingly well. You know, that friend or that coworker, the person that you meet and says, hey, you know what, I really love your outfit today. I really love what you did when it came to that project at work. I really think you held an amazing presentation. You are a kind person, someone that I look up to. That is the type of compliment that you're going to get in October from someone. And the Ace of Cups shows the start of a new relationship. It can be a platonic one, but also a romantic one. And I want you to know here the Ace of Cups is definitely a card that shows a positive start of a new relationship. It shows here the beginning of something that is meant to last for a while, my gorgeous Sagittarians. And to add on to that, in the Queen of Cups, I see that this is somebody who has very nurturing and kind, caring water sign energy. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They are often said to be like a mom friend of the group, but I definitely also want you to know that it can be the start of a renewed relationship with a mother figure in your life. Like, I have gone through several different relationships with my mom, from being a kid to a teenager to a young adult to, I would say, like, still a young woman, not quite being like properly an adult, but you get what I mean. Maybe one day I will go from maiden to mother, and that will be another type of relationship with my mom. So as time goes by, understand relationships can be renewed and changed. Some will have a different feel, like some chapters of your relationships with those closest to you. But the Nine of Cups shows here that overall it is a really great progression of a relationship. It is a really great development in the sense of growing, understanding each other on a deeper level, on a level of mutual respect, where you don't feel like you are the child as much anymore, and you really feel listened to and heard. That's what I see here with the renewal of a relationship with a motherly figure in your life who has nurtured you in the past already. Next up, we have the 10 of Crystals. So October will bring a lot of heavy load to carry, which is why it's important that you know the 10 of Crystals, that is the end. We go from the ace, from the number 1 to the number 10 in all 4 suits in the tarot. Once you've reached 10, that's it, okay? The cycle is done. So try to just be able to power through October's work challenges, October's challenges when it comes to getting your to-do lists done, the things that you know you just need to do that are not that fun. It could be like personal accounting, tax things. Also, the Ten of Crystals shows, you know, reading contracts and overall doing, like, if you're a creative person, like the business aspect of it, the drier aspect of it. So the Ten of Crystals definitely represents here. You will have work to do, but we're at the end. So once the month of October has passed, it's going to be like a fresh start for you. You're not going to have so much on your plate anymore. So try to just power through this month. And I hope you can appreciate the honesty. I hope that you appreciate that I always read what is happening, not just what is easiest to digest. Now, in the great mystery, I do see that October will leave some questions open for you. And I'm hearing here questions being open about your job, about your professional life. There is like some opportunity coming towards you that you're aware of, like to move to a different country, to move to another place and a different industry, but you're not yet sure in October whether you've actually got it and whether you will actually take this path and opportunity. So you're just kind of like trusting in the fact that whatever happens in these next months is going to be what must happen and is going to in the end be in your favor. And even if there is like a breakup, that will be in your favor, that you will level up like you always do. Sometimes when there is a work opportunity that doesn't work out, it is because you're actually destined for something bigger. Like if I had a work opportunity work out that wasn't doing my own business, then I would have missed out on that. I would have thought at the time, this is awesome that this work opportunity worked out, but I wouldn't know what I was missing out on. So in a way, it can be such a blessing when things don't work out. The Jar of Dreams shows us that the month of October will let you release a lot of the dreams that you kind of kept confined in your little jar of dreams, and you will be able to put them out into the open, okay? So if you've always wanted to do music, you will feel less shy about it, you will speak about it more. If you have wanted to do more art and actually make that like your main job, you will start to be less ashamed of having dreams that others may feel too ashamed to voice. The day you plant the seed is your reminder of this fantastic mindset that the day you plant the seed means that that's the day you have to water and fertilize in hopes of enjoying the fruit. But the day you plant the seed is not the day that you eat or harvest the fruit, and you've understood that, and you're not about to rush anything. The month of October is a seed planting month, and you understand that quite literally planting in October will have you reaping rewards in a couple months, even in 2024. But a lot of the things that are worth fighting for and planting seeds for are not things that happen overnight, and you are aware of this and you're cool with it. So you've got this kind of like inner cool, this inner trust in the fact that things will work out in your life and that you don't have to put your dreams to the side. You can pursue them even if it looks like there is still a lot of work ahead of you. It will come in due course. Okay? So my gorgeous Sagittarians, this is a reading that I've received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and found this part insightful. Leave a Sagittarius emoji below to let me and others know. Furthermore, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another monthly prediction. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Capricorn babies. Welcome to your October horoscope portion of your reading, where we talk all things Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed picking the first part of your reading during the intro, where I had 4 groups prepared for you. But now we will talk all things Capricorn. So we've got the 7 of Blades and the 10 of Pentacles. I see that an idea that you had a while ago when it comes to your professional life is going to carry the fruit of its labor, and you will have some rewards that are being brought to you. So making extra money having that extra credibility and respect from peers and people around you, because it shows that through hard work, dedication, and creative ideas, you can really be the person that sets themselves apart from the competition. So a while back, you had the idea of living more healthily, cutting out a certain food group, working out regularly, dedicating an extra hour a week to planning when it comes to your job instead of just watching Netflix. You had an idea that you maybe even got inspired by through someone that you look up to, but the thing is, you implemented that idea. What was a thought then turned into your reality. You implemented it, and you will see the rewards. Okay, if your goal was to see definition in your body and improved health, for example, improved gut health, you will see your digestion will improve. You will see that all of a sudden there are some abs popping up. If you decided that you would do better in your studies, you dedicated that extra hour of planning into your week so that you're more organized, more at peace, you will see the results. You will pass the exam to the next level. The Two of Pentacles shows us here that a better work-life balance is created. For all of you who are working a job, I want you to know here that through this win in October, you feel as though you finally have your life back. Like you are no longer a hamster running in a wheel, you are winning. You're finally seeing some results. And this will just encourage you to turn more ideas and more things that start off in your head into your reality. Now, the Empress shows us here that your dedication and disciplined side makes you someone who is very attractive and fertile grounds for more successful ventures. And who doesn't want to be with an Empress? This is a person who is fertile when it comes to actual fertility, but also fertile in the way of being a great business partner. Somebody who has a fertile mind in which you can grow some amazing ideas. The Empress also represents motherhood, nurturing energy. So I do want you to understand that to nurture an idea from just being a thought into a whole kind of business, a whole decision, a whole lifestyle, you really need to nurture it like it's your child. I mean, I've even seen it with my company, Bow Life. Like my business had to be nurtured like it was a baby, because otherwise it would not have grown. And the thing here is that in October, you are attracting a lot of young people to you too. So don't be surprised if the people interested in you romantically or even professionally are younger than you, because they are attracted to some of the experiences that you have been able to collect and make, even though you are still at a rather like young age. You are the kind of person who has already experienced a lot. Now, the Ice Queen shows us introspection and also some sort of self-analysis in a way where you distance yourself from how you would like to be. You understand that sometimes you have to take yourself out of victim mode. You have to be a little hard on yourself if you want to actually get results, because if you are making excuses for yourself or telling yourself it's okay that you are not actually going on those runs, hikes, walks, you're not actually eating that spinach, those carrots, and taking in those vitamins, then you are kind of making excuses for yourself, and you don't want that. You have an Ice Queen mentality towards yourself because you know you need that. You know if you fall into the pit of coddling yourself that you may never actually make the progress that you dream of making, because life is a struggle. And struggling feels good when you look back at it. Like if you always do what just feels comfortable, you have nothing to look back on and to feel proud about, because it is in human nature to want to continue to grow and to want to continue to excel, to do better. And I see in manifestation that you've got some prosperity that is manifesting for the month of October, which we already saw coming in the Ten of Pentacles, right? extra money coming your way, extra fortune, all from a place of pure intention and hard work that was put in. I also see with this castle in the background, you are slowly building your fort. You will put money aside for another home. It could be a home to live in for yourself, but also maybe an investment property. And here within the Guardians, you're shielding that, you're protecting your assets. And I do also see in the Guardians that you learned from an early age that if you don't protect your assets, nobody else will. And that it is highly important, of course, to trust, but also to have control over your own assets that you worked so hard for, to have control over your finances and to know where you stand. So you are continuing to make improvements in this area of your life. Let's add just a couple more cards into your reading, my gorgeous Capricorn. Let's see what Spirit has got to say. We've got the Two of Pentacles again. So this is just from a different deck, but it is essentially the same card like we had up here. This is the Dark Heart Tarot, which is my deck, which I published. This is the, I believe, Tarot in Wonderland deck. The Two of Pentacles shows us that you're juggling, that there's some tension in your legs because you are running from your private life to your work life. So you're creating a balance there. But of course, when you're trying to create a balance, that does suggest that it was once out of balance. So you know what it's like to have tension between your work and your private life, and to feel like time is somehow running out in both. But the Six of Wands shows that you have got a strong support team with you. So strong family members and friends who are helping you in order to be your best self here during the month of October. It also shows people have got your back should you be hit with like a lawsuit or someone trying to argue with you, some sort of injustice. The majority of people stand behind you, not the person who is trying to come for you, not the situation in which you were unjustly put into. So even if for some reason there are authorities involved in October, they will be on your side, not on the side of whoever else is involved in the lawsuit, in the contract or the deal where you need some sort of mediation. You have all of the support in the world that you need. Think also teachers, if you were graded wrongly and you would like a reevaluation, people are on your side, all right? So don't be afraid that you have to go through anything by yourself in October. My gorgeous Capricorns who are ruled by Saturn, I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you found it insightful. Don't forget to leave a Capricorn emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received and enjoyed your reading. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another monthly prediction. I would like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you love, hugs, and abundance, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Welcome, my beautiful Aquarius babies, to the second part of your October predictions and horoscopes. I hope that you enjoyed part one that we got to pick from during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Aquarius specific for the month of October. And as I always like to say, take the messages that resonate with you. If something doesn't resonate, because I will get very specific, then just leave it as is, okay? Take the messages that you know resonate with you. So first up, we've got take action and be assertive. My gorgeous Aquarius, if you have been guilty of sitting out on your dreams, not taking action, not being as assertive as you could be, the first messages are just straight up me and your guides, the universe, calling you out to do more assertive action, to take more action, to not be afraid to make phone calls, not be afraid to send those emails pitching your business idea, to not be afraid to text that person you're interested in, and also to be assertive, to know that, okay, if the same interest isn't coming back, they weren't just shy at the beginning, they're maybe not that into you, so then to also know when to withdraw and put your energy elsewhere. Okay, taking action isn't always about just going in one direction. It's also about realizing when you've maybe hit a wall and it's time to take action in a different direction. And we've got a lot of rainbows here. So seeing a rainbow in October is a likely sign for you to know that you are on the right path towards abundance. That's what we've got here within South. You are like on a journey, on a pilgrimage towards your own personal abundance during the month of October. Nothing's really going to stop you once you get on this role of taking action. So if you've ever felt like very confident throughout the day, like you made that one scary phone call you didn't want to make for like a dentist appointment, a doctor's appointment, you made that one phone call to the family member that you feel uncomfortable talking to, but you kind of need to because, well, you know, they're your mom, dad, sister, cousin, whatever. And then you were just on a roll. You felt like you could do anything because you already did like that uncomfortable task. I do want you to know here that we have that role for October for you, really. And I do see here within air that what that does is it makes more space for creativity as it takes the air away from negative self-talk. Because when you know there are a lot of things you need to do, like for example phone calls you need to make and you haven't done them, you beat yourself up internally, subconsciously even sometimes, where you're saying to yourself, well, I know I have all these things to do, but I just haven't done them yet. And then when you're actually doing creative tasks, you feel less confident because somewhere inside you feel like, well, if I can't even make a phone call, like, can I even figure out a great solution to this issue? Can I even be the artist that I want to be, the actor or actress, the YouTuber that I've always dreamed of becoming? So next we have the King of Swords and the Fool. I do see here that what October will actually bring is a new journey and relationship with a mentor. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get really obsessed with someone on social media or an author who writes amazing books that you can learn so much from. That's what I see here in the King of Swords. Someone that you look up to, that you feel like is just truly an inspiration and encourages you to do things you've never done before, because the Fool represents doing new things, things that may seem like scary or childish or like you are reaching for the stars, like you're doing too much, but actually you never know where you may land. Just as Alice kind of went down that rabbit hole, and yeah, it seemed scary, it seemed like maybe it's a bad idea, but everything that she learned and experienced, can we really say it was a bad idea? I would say not. So that's a kind of energy we've got for our unique Aquarius babies during the month of October. And as an Aquarius, you're anyways a lot more, how should I say, like a lot more inspired to get ish done compared to the other signs. You're a pretty strong sign, and also healthy boundaries. It is pretty natural to you. You keep your real circle small, even though you can talk to absolutely anyone. You don't like that many people. So having boundaries as you are doing your own thing in October just gives you more time, because you have no issue playfully saying no to somebody, because you have mastered the art of detachment from a way younger stage of life than the other signs of the zodiac who get overly emotional. So your vision is crystal clear in October. You know what you want and where you're headed, and you're going to stop at nothing to get there. You're going to stop at nothing to pursue what it is that makes you happy and that makes you feel fulfilled. And overall, for my Aquarius babies, October definitely brings progress. It brings abundance. It brings a new adventure and a new mentor, a new person that you're obsessed with. It is some sort of artist, okay, like an author or a musician and you vibe so much with what they have to say and their message and philosophy that you try to implement that in your own life. For me, I feel like I have been obsessed with, I would say David Goggins is someone who I really like. I also really like Jay Shetty. I just purchased his book, which I can't wait to read. So that will be my October obsession. But for you, my beautiful Aquarius babies, of course, it can be anyone you feel inspired by. Don't forget to leave an Aquarius emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here. Thank you for tuning in to your October prediction. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you never want to miss out on another monthly reading. I have certainly not let you guys down in years. You guys always get your monthly predictions and horoscopes, and I can't wait to catch you during your November predictions. Hello, my beautiful Pisces babies, and welcome to the second and even more personalized part of your October horoscopes and predictions. I hope that you enjoyed part 1, where you could pick from the 4 groups that I introduced you to during the intro of this video. But now we will talk all things Pisces for the month of October. So let's see what is coming towards you. I'm so excited to reveal the first card for you, as it is said to be the most meaningful one, and the 3 of Cups. I like to call this card the party card. This is a card of having a great time, spending time with friends and family, celebrating, partying, drinking, having some cheat days with unhealthy foods, and just feeling the love. So going to birthday parties and overall get-togethers is the vibe for October for you. It's going to be an exceptionally busy and social month, but you are enjoying that, and that's what counts. And I see in the 3 of Cups that you will be able to wear lots of amazing outfits in bright colors, giving you the kind of silhouette and shape that you desire, and also making sure that you overall feel good in your own skin. Now, the 2 of Swords shows us here that October also brings you a huge question mark. There will come a crossroads where you either take the left or the right side, you either go north, south. You have to pick a new direction. That's what I see here in the 2 of Swords. And the thing here with the eyes that are bound, that means there will be no indication as to which route is better, right? We've got these 2 arrows pointing in different directions. We've got the 2 swords that are crossed over the moon that represents your intuition. That's what you've got. You've got your intuition. The swords crossed over shows some sort of indecisiveness, and you've got options, 2 different ones. That's what we see here with these little signs, with these little way signs, with these little arrows, all right? And you're kind of sitting there not making a decision just yet. But the thing that you've got to remember here is the sitting means inertia. It means there is no movement, which means no progress. When there is no movement, you are unable to move in any direction, not forwards, not backwards, which if you're very fearful of making wrong decisions, of course, sometimes it seems best to just be complacent. But one thing that you are meant to know for October is that movement has to start happening, and it will be triggered through the buildup of confidence in going out. So don't pressure yourself to make decisions. It will come naturally in October, but just know here that this is definitely something that will need to be addressed and is going to have its moment. The 8 of Cups shows you walking away from somebody who keeps changing the goalpost. So if you have had like a teacher that told you and the entire class, okay, this is how you have to prepare for an exam, and then the exam comes and you feel effed over every time, okay, you feel like this teacher is messing with all of you every time, because they always say, the teacher always says prepare in this way, but then when the exam comes, it's like totally different questions. And you are walking away, you're like fed up with an individual that has been doing that to you for a while. The same goes for like, you know, a friend that you want to link up with, and they keep moving the date. You say that you're going to meet up on this day at this time, and they always cancel on you. It's like they cannot stick to the plan. And here in the Eight of Cups, you're just really fed up of people who don't stick to their words, people who don't have integrity, essentially. It's not even to be mean, but integrity means, okay, are you going to do what you say? And the people who cannot do that, you're walking away from. October has a lot of perfect moments. That's what I see here in this next oracle card from my Wild Muse Oracle deck. These perfect moments come from a place of inner peace and feeling like you have the option and the control in your life to walk away from situations that don't serve you, like you're not stuck in them. That's what I see here is really the reason for these perfect moments. And within confessions, it is also completely clear that you will be ruthlessly honest. Well, not ruthless as in being mean, but you will be honest about how you feel with someone that just doesn't seem to respect your time. Also, I just want you to know here, these confessions mean that you will feel in a way guilty once you've been honest, and then you'll realize, why do I even feel guilty? Why do I try to please people even though they have made me feel lesser than and they're not trying to do the same for me? Why am I such a toxic empath that I'm trying to please other people even at the detriment of my own mental health and my own psychological well-being? So it will be a huge aha moment for you, and then in Becoming Nobody you'll realize, like, man, I gotta rewrite this script. I cannot continue to exist like this. I will not flourish as much as I potentially could if I don't address the fact that I often feel bad for just being honest, whereas people are dishonest with me and they don't feel bad for it. Like, people use me like, you know, a Kleenex, like a tissue, and throw me away, discard me when I don't serve them anymore, and they don't feel bad. And those are the same people where I'm thinking 3 times whether I should just tell them the truth about the fact that that really hurt me. Like, why am I like this? That's what I can see you addressing in October, and you will discuss it with some close friends of yours, and they will give you feedback about how, yeah, you are in many instances just too nice, too soft, too much of an empath. Not to shame you for that or to make you feel like that's a bad thing. It is awesome that you're so kind and caring, but sometimes you also got to remember we live in a world in which most people really just are super focused on themselves and their own survival. And so it is important that you also learn to protect your own sanity and your own feelings. So let's see what affirmations you're receiving for October. This is your MO. I forgive myself for my mistakes. Forgive yourself for the many times in which you made the mistake of putting somebody on a pedestal. Meanwhile, you left yourself on the ground. Forgive yourself, my beautiful Pisces baby. We've all been there. We've all done that. We have also all put someone on a pedestal that they did not deserve, and it's cool. We've learned from it. I trust that I am on the right path. This is what needs to come, this feeling of truly having affirmed that you are on the right path. Then you will be able to make the decision about where to go next on your path, like we spoke about in the Two of Swords. When you are sure about where you're going and the direction that you've chosen, it's no longer scary, right? The indecisiveness just comes from a place of being unsure about your ability to make decisions, or about the decision that you will make and whether it will be, like, in the end, a positive one that leads you to where you're trying to go. But it all boils down to not trusting yourself when you're afraid to make decisions. So we got to build up the confidence in that area. I see in the Two of Pentacles that to build up more confidence in your decision making about the big aspects in your life, meaning your professional life, your personal life, your romantic relationships, you have to remind yourself here that a lot of things that may seem scary or may seem daunting can actually be fun. Even cleaning can be fun if you put on the right music, if you get some great cleaning tools, some essential oils that you really are looking forward to smell the scent of throughout your home. Remind yourself here that really you can make the most mundane things really fun and interesting for yourself. It doesn't just have to be you making decisions, which is scary, which you've been like putting off and procrastinating. The High Priestess shows that there are lots of little self-development hacks that can turn challenging tasks into something that you enjoy more than you ever knew possible. And the High Priestess also shows an increase in knowledge for the month of October that will allow you to kind of have the world in your hands, the world be your oyster, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is money, knowledge is health and wealth, knowledge is everything. And one thing that you're also going to do more than in the previous months is read and write. I see that in the High Priestess and becoming nobody for you. And this will truly help you in growing, but also solidifying who you are on the inside and the trust that you have in your decision making. So this little knot, this little challenge in the Two of Swords will solve itself organically during the month of October. So don't you worry about that. Simply enjoy your social engagements, your outings, your perfect moments, and also the affirmations that we have for you. Let's just repeat them one more time. I forgive myself for my mistakes, and I trust that I am on the right path. So my beautiful Pisces babies, please do leave a Pisces emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are here and that you are a Pisces. Represent the Pisces fam. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another monthly prediction. I'd like to thank you for being here and for spending this beautiful time and space with me. And I can't wait to connect with you during my November predictions.